Hey, ¿qué tal, gente? ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos a una nueva transmisión, de Marvelitas Channel aquí, esperando y transmitiendo la premiere. El Red Carpet que hoy toca es Thor, Love and Thunder, Thor, Amor y Trueno, y la vamos a pasar lo mejor porque vienen cosas súper buenas. ¿Cómo han estado, chicos? De verdad, aquí brutal, toda la gente ya conectada, ya esperando las cosillas. Tranquilos, chicos, tranquilos que hoy durante la premiera vamos a tener cosas típicas, van a salir póster, van a salir más póster, van a salir algunos clips, algunas cositas sencillas, pero después de la premiere podremos conocer con cierta libertad, la opinión de muchas personas de prensa. Sin spoilers, por supuesto, sin spoilers. ¿Por qué? Porque el veto, ¿no?, está hasta el día sábado. Desde el día lunes ya van a empezar a caer los spoilers, especialmente por TikTok o por Twitter. Así que pilas. Ahorita estamos tranquilos, todo este fin de semana estamos súper tranquilos, pero bueno, me interesa saber cómo están, cómo han pasado, cómo está la cosa por acá. Dice, buenas, ¿a qué hora empieza la premiere? Justo, creo que ya mismo va a empezar, deja ver. A ver, creo que ya, vamos a poner la transmisión. A ver.
Oh God, we're gonna die.
Thor, this is my vow. Oh God, she will die.
That seems a bit dangerous.
This ends here and now! Marvel Studios Thor Love and Thunder, PG-13, tickets on sale now.
Tickets on sale now. Ya están listos los tickets, chicos.
Experience it. Only theaters July.
Cuéntame.
Welcome to the red carpet world premiere of Marvel Studios'
Empezamos, chicos. Empezamos. ¡Yeah!
And I am so excited to be here with you, Erica, in Hollywood, California, in the center of it all, where in just a few minutes, we are going to be joined by the cast, crew, and creators of Thor, Love and Thunder.
And we are already joined here by the best fans in the world, the Marvel fans. Make some noise for Asgard!
Una bulla, chicos, una bulla.
Oh, they're looking so good. Let me ask you something, all you Thors and Star-Lords and Lokis out there. How you doing in this balmy 90-degree weather?
And for all the Dr. Jane Fosters and the Valkyries, how you doing, ladies?
Let me tell you something. These fans are out here
Ay, ¿cómo
in
está la
the
cosa?
heat, hanging out because
Es en
they
Miami,
are
no,
the
es en
best
Los
fans
Ángeles.
in the universe, and they are just as excited as we are.
Es en Los Ángeles, chicos. Esto es en Los Ángeles, California.
Erica Ishii, and I think you already know this about me, and I think it's the same for you. Thor Ragnarok changed my life.
It's our favorite.
Sí, es en Los Ángeles, Los Ángeles.
This movie is so amazing, and I am so excited to see where Thor goes from here and where this entire cast and
Están muy
crew
emocionados de
goes from
saber
here.
dónde
It's going to be
se va a
very, very
trasladar el
exciting.
cast
That's right.
completo de
And for
Thor,
those of you who
Amor
are
y Trueno.
joining us at home, you can catch us
Así que tú
live
que
at
estás en casa
marvel.com
sintonizando marvel.com,
slash
por favor,
Thor premiere.
estate conectado con la
That's
premiere de
it.
Thor.
Marvel's YouTube and Twitch pages and Marvel's social channel.
A ver, chicos, hasta mientras les mando un saludo por aquí a todos. Veo preguntas, veo de todo en el chat, veo de todo en el chat. El doctor Setso. Por aquí un saludito para Fernanda Monte. Dice, hola, saludos. ¿Dónde están los moderadores? Ni idea. Baneados, ¿dónde están? No, ni idea. Por aquí un saludo para ti, Spider. Para ti también, Banfield, ¿cómo vas? Dice, Manny, ¿tendremos maratón de Thor antes de que salga la película? Por supuesto, la vamos a ver en Titán, en Twitch. Vamos a ir de largo, de largo. Por aquí, Dieguito, ¿cómo vas, Diego? Luis, ¿qué tal? Dice, muero por ver a Bale. Vamos a ver hoy día a Christian Bale, así que pilas. María Guetta, ¿cómo estás? Un saludote. Te quiero un montón. Dice Pedro Américo. Buenas, ¿a qué hora empieza la premiere? Ya estamos, chicos. Un saludo para todos. Un saludo para Catherine Farías, para Luis Alberto, para Jason Olivero, Agustín, el Jesus, que nunca podía faltar. Gracias, mi bro, por estarte conectando por aquí. Gracias a todos, gente, a todos. Liz, también, ¿cómo vas? Continuamos, chicos, con la transmisión y hasta mientras les voy traduciendo, gracias a Dios, ayer me metí en un cursito de... No, mentira. Gracias a Dios vamos a estar aquí traduciendo como siempre hacemos con la premiere de No Way Home, de Doctor Strange Multiverso de Locura y ahorita con Thor Love and Thunder.
Cosmic adventure. And not only that, it's a Marvel. We are live, so anything can happen. And we're going to have folks from the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe who will be talking to you about their thoughts on Thor and their favorite Asgardians. Now, something that you guys who have watched these live streams before know, a lot of times you will see stuff happening over my shoulder on the carpet that I don't even
Chicos,
know is
¿está bien
happening, I'm focusing on the person I'm talking to. So
el sonido? ¿Está bien el sonido?
So definitely use that
Me
hashtag,
avisan.
Thor, Love and Thunder, and let us know what you love, because honestly, this carpet is just full of love tonight. Erica, Anthony, what are you guys looking forward to?
I'm honestly looking forward to the surprises, because on these red carpets, yes, we are here to celebrate all of the larger cinematic universe, but we're also here to just celebrate what these people are going to pull and what the surprises they're going to show us.
Oh, absolutely. This is an absolutely wonderful cast and crew. They have worked together for years. They are some of the most brilliant and hilarious and closest people you will see on a movie set.
So I want to see them all reunite tonight.
That's exactly it. I want to see all of these people together enjoying what they have worked on and what they have made. It's going to be very, very
Este güey no habla
That's
español,
right.
no.
And why
A la
don't we take a
taca-taca.
little peek at the
A ver,
trailer
chicos,
for what we're gonna see
voy a
tonight?
tratar de no alzar mucho la voz para que así el micro no les vaya a afectar a
It's the
ustedes, ¿ya?
popcorn now. Let me tell you the story of the space Viking, Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary man. He was a god. After saving planet Earth for the 500th time, Thor set off on a new journey. Well, he got in shape. He went from
Thor.
dad bod to god bod.
Por aquí.
And after all that, he reclaimed his
No te preocupes,
title
Jesus, no te preocupes.
as the one and only Thor.
Thor. Spoke too soon.
Spoke too soon. Jane? The old
Chicos, el tráiler tiene una música de Sweet Child O' Mine de Guns N' Roses. Entonces, para que no te salte el copy, tienes que mutear mucho la canción. Si ustedes ven que cuando ponemos el tráiler le muteo la canción, es por eso. ¿Ya? Igual ya hemos visto el tráiler 1.000.000 de veces.
Well, you're right. The only ones who gods care about is themselves. So this is my vow. All gods will die.
Todos los dioses van a morir. Esa es mi promesa. Y le creo.
I was gonna say that was very, very impressive what you did back there.
It's just my first bad guy.
Never forget your first.
Yo creo, chicos, que definitivamente este tráiler está bien hecho. Nos pone por lo menos un 5% de la película. Créanme que la película no es solo esto, es una brutalidad lo que vamos a tener ya.
Let's see who you are.
So-
Take off your disguise. And flick.
It's too hot, damn it.
Too hard, damn it!
Should we help him? And eventually, great.
Wow.
Técnicamente,
That's a lot of Thor. That's more Thor than we've ever.
chicos, técnicamente la película va a tener, no una, va a tener 2 escenas postcréditos. 2 escenas postcréditos, así que flick, ya saben.
What's up? Hey, if you've got Mjolnir, hold up Mjolnir. Who's
Ya están
got
las entradas a la
Mjolnir?
venta en Ecuador, en Colombia, en Perú, en Bolivia, falta en Chile, Panamá y
A lot of Mjolnirs.
Honduras.
Hey, do we have any Stormbreakers? Where's Stormbreaker? Oh, we got way more Mjolnirs.
Yeah, that's true.
Way
that's
more
true.
Mjolnirs. Stormbreaker not getting enough respect, I think, tonight.
You know, I think after tonight,
Amigazo, ¿cómo vas?
Stormbreaker will make it known
¿Qué
that
tal?
he is worthy.
I believe so as well.
Hermanito, ¿cómo
Hey,
estás?
you know who else is worthy? All of the
Gracias.
wonderful people that have helped to put together this event tonight. You are seeing some of this carpet behind us, but you have no idea how amazing this actually looks. From all of the amazing stand-ups to the costumes to the props, and there's an amazing team of artisans that put this together out of nothing over the last 2 days. Let's see how they did it.
Uy. Full cosplays. Full cosplays. La tarde del cosplay. Brutal, brutal. Se ve súper bien. Literal, esta gente cuida cada detalle en las premieres. Cada detalle en las premieres, en las fucking premieres. Alex, ¿qué tal, Alex? Un fuerte saludo para uno de los miembros del canal, uno de los primeros 10 miembros del canal. Alex, ¿cómo estás, mi brother? Gracias por estar por aquí. Estamos hoy con la premiere de Thor Love and Thunder, Thor Amor y Trueno. Thor, el Jesus, por aquí dice, ¿cómo estás, Manny? Crack de cracks. Llegué tarde, pero siempre listo para el buen contenido. Mi bro, acabo de subir video nuevo al canal, video de Spider-Man No Way Home. Si ya lo vistes, eres un titán. Y si no lo has visto, no sé qué estás esperando. Que de aquí no nos vamos a mover. Vamos, vamos. Ya está Kevin Feige, ¿no?
Marvel Insider yet.
You see that QR code on your screen? You want to grab your phone, you want to scan it, and you want to join Marvel Insider today.
Ah, el Navi.
You can earn points by reading articles and watching videos on Marvel.com. You can purchase digital comics, you can answer quizzes, and much, much more.
And once you rack up those points, you can redeem
Bueno,
them for cool rewards like digital comics, posters.
Están presentando los auspiciantes, ¿no?
And
Los
starting
auspiciantes.
tonight, Marvel Insider has digital copies of Thor from 2014, #1, available to redeem now, and you don't even need.
Chicos, si no se han leído el cómic de Mighty Thor, ya donde inclusive sale también Jane Foster, ese cómic te cuenta, bueno, mejor dicho, ese cómic de Mighty Thor, volumen 1 al volumen 6, nos cuenta el origen del cáncer que tiene Jane Foster y por qué se convierte en la ¿Qué sería? La de Mighty Thor, ¿no? En este caso, la mística Thor. A ver, vamos, seguimos.
To arrive, the crowd is getting very, very excited. I want to know, Tamara Krinsky, how are things going over on your end?
Things here are getting hot, and I mean that literally, because one of the things, we've gotten shots of the cosplayers on your end of the carpet, but right across, I'm on Hollywood Boulevard, I can see the sidewalks that are just filled up with Thor fans, with Marvel fans, and these folks have been out in the hot sun all day long. So it's pretty amazing to see just how dedicated they are. The other cool thing is that right behind me, we've got, you know, the Thor, all of the Thor imagery, and people keep taking pictures and like doing the hammer pose. So that's actually been really fun to watch, you know, wondering if they're worthy or not. What about you guys? Are you worthy down there?
All right, everybody. Now, we have been talking about all of the wonderful Marvel fans that have been hanging out here on the carpet and some of their amazing costumes. You have seen them in a wide shot. You have seen them from a jib. You've seen them from the air. But it's time to highlight some of the best cosplay that we have on this carpet.
Hey, chicos, por aquí otra de las primeras miembros del canal. Por aquí, Simonet llegando a la casa. Simonet, in the house. Por aquí, hola Manny querido. Montémosle el Manny querido, ¿no? Manny querido aquí llegando. Chicos, para los que ya son miembros, el día de mañana o esta semana se les va a actualizar el símbolo. La insignia, la brutal insignia se te va a actualizar. Mejor dicho, creo que, déjame ver por aquí, creo que ya está actualizándose. Déjame ver. Simonet ya tiene la insignia de mutante oficial. Alex, todavía estás en mutante entrenamiento. Qué bestia. Qué bestia. Emanator también tiene la mutante ya oficial. Chicos, gracias a todos los que confían en el canal. Gracias. No me hice ese cosplay porque no estoy pepudo, ¿no? Dice, después de Thor, no hay película este año, ¿verdad? Wakanda Forever. Está buenaza.
Fantastic. And that was really near and dear to my heart because I started out as a cosplayer and I have some of my cosplay buddies out here tonight in the crowd.
Yeah, everybody's looking extremely wonderful. I cannot believe the dedication of these people. But hello.
Hello, everyone.
But hello to you. Hello, Jamie Alexander. How are you?
I am. Last time I checked.
Lady Sif, what have you been doing in...
¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? Se me fue el nombre.
New Asgard.
Jamie Alexander.
What
¿Cómo
have
se
I
llama?
been doing? Well, I'm pretty sure if I say anything,
¿Cómo
a
se
Marvel
llama?
sniper will get me. But I will tell you that this movie's great. I can't tell you how I know that, but I can tell you that. And you guys are gonna have a lot of fun. It's an adventure. It's a heck of an adventure.
Could you just give us, if you had some hand signals and some winks that you could do to let us know what's happening in the film?
There are swords involved, guys. You should know this.
Actually, we were not.
Swords.
Actually, we were not supposed to talk about swords.
Well, what you set me up? He set me up, guys.
But honestly, Lady Sif has been jumping around everywhere in the Marvel universe. Last time we saw you, you were torturing Loki pretty good, which was lovely. That must have been fun.
I mean, for several reasons, guys. I
A ver,
feel like
vamos
if
a
there's
darle. Lady
anybody
Sif.
that needed to
Lady
beat up
Sif.
Loki, it would be Lady Sif.
Extremely cathartic and very well deserved. Now,
Very.
can you tell me about the training that you
¿Puedes
did
decirme
both for
acerca del
beating up Loki
entrenamiento
and for kicking butt in this movie?
para
Oh,
poder
beating up
participar
Loki, that just
en
came
Loki
naturally. I
y
was
en
just like,
Thor
look, I got
Amor y
this.
Trueno?
I'll roll in the day of. Just stand there, don't move. I did land a hit on him once, which was like a little love tap. I was moving a little faster than he was moving, and I made contact. And he
Dice que
fell to the
siempre le
ground because he was
siempre le
supposed to, and
tocaba
he knocked him to the
entrenar
ground.
con
And he got up and I
los dobles de
said,
acción
I'm so sorry. He goes,
en
no,
temas
no,
de
it's
velocidad,
great, it's great. I was like, he
acrobacias y
thinks
todo
it's
eso.
great. I'll do it again.
Pero había que hacerlo de nuevo,
But,
había que hacerlo de nuevo.
and for this installment, I didn't have to train, and you'll see why. That's all I gotta say.
Ooh,
Sí.
it's because
Solo tengo que
you're just
decir que estuvo muy
naturally
bien.
a badass,
That's
yeah?
right. That's right. I'll give you the money later. But thank you.
I do want to say that I
Después
think it's
vino la
interesting
plata,
that you
después vino
threw
el
in
dinero.
two little humble brags, which was number one, you were moving a little faster than Tom.
That's just I can't help myself. It's just a fact. It's a fact. I wasn't bragging. It was a fact.
And then number 2, that it was a love tap for you, but he fell down instantly.
He was supposed to fall down, everyone. He was acting. That's what he told me.
Dice que la parte cuando lo tumbaba a Tom Hiddleston en la serie de Loki, no estaban filmando solamente, no estaban actuando, estaban jugando.
To kind of come back and be working with everybody again and be back with the team.
It was very nostalgic. Very, yeah, it was great.
We are so glad to have you back here.
Dice,
And
estamos
for
muy
now,
emocionados de verte
let's
aquí de
see what
nuevo.
Tamara is up to. Tamara.
Tamara,
Thank you. Thanks,
vente,
guys.
Hey,
chúpalo.
It is so much fun to see Jamie talk about this.
Pilas,
Her sense of
Tamara,
humor
chúpalo.
is on full display, but like it was really touching to see how much it meant to her to come back to the Thor universe. So I'm kind of loving that. You know, there are so many people here.
Ella es la
who
que
are
casi
such
se
a big
cae en
fan
la
of
premiere
this
de
character and who have watched
Spider-Man
these
No Way
movies
Home.
over and over, and they all have their favorite parts. So we talked to some
Vamos a
of the
tener
fans,
partes
as I mentioned,
especiales,
they've been
partes
here all
favoritas.
day just waiting for the stars to show up.
Esta
We
linda
talked to
tarde.
some of the fans about
Vamos a
what
hablar
some
con
of
los
their
fans,
favorite best moments from
cuáles son
Marvel
sus
Studios
mejores
Thor
momentos de Marvel
Ragnarok
Studios
over the years. And
y
again,
de las
listen
películas
up.
donde ha estado Chris Hemsworth como Toro. Van a hablar con los fans, van a interactuar con los fans. What's your favorite moment
I'm gonna have to say
about
my
Thor?
favorite Thor moment in the MCU is gonna be the Infinity War when he came down and he said, "Bring me Thanos."
When he was
Esa parte es brutal.
yeah, that's
El,
my friend from work.
Bring me
Every
Thanos.
time I watch that one. My favorite team up is when
Team
Thor
Cap or Team Iron Man.
brother Loki, like when they do get help in Thor Ragnarok. My favorite team up is Korg and Thor. Korg is my absolute favorite character. You know, he tried to start a revolution, but he didn't print enough pamphlets.
I would have to say Loki, because he cares so much for Loki, and so he's always trying to.
Él es muy de
figure out what to do with
Loki.
his brother. So I would say Loki's probably his toughest enemy.
I'm gonna go with like a broad concept and say himself.
¿Quieren que les
I
ponga el
loved
subtítulo ahí en la
Thor's
pantalla o
journey,
no?
His hero's journey up until this point, and he has shown all of us as fans and as followers that you can have a falling and a deep state of yourself, but always come back stronger than ever before. So Thor's biggest enemy was himself, but he overcame it, didn't he?
Mi favorito siempre será Quiero Otra. ¿Cuándo dijo eso de Quiero Otra?
Hey, I am here with Liam.
Ah,
who you know
no.
as Sprite from Marvel Studios
Sprite.
The Eternals. Welcome to the red carpet.
I'm so excited to be here. Thor is my
Está muy
favorite
feliz de estar ahí.
out of everyone.
Ser
You
parte de
watch my
Marvel
reviews, that's
Studios.
all I say. I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm so excited for this movie.
All right,
No
so
puedo
when did you
esperar
first
por
fall in
esta
love with
película.
Thor?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I've been a Marvel fan before any of this. I mean, before this crazy thing happened to me, since the very first movie, I think.
Antes
Thor
de
was
todo
always
esto
my
no
favorite.
pensaba estar en estos tipos de eventos.
And what about the rest of the Asgardians? Do you have any that you hold near
¿Qué
and dear?
pasa sobre los demás
Loki and
asgardianos?
Thor are pretty close. I love them when they're together. They're funny.
Well, that
Ya
kind
le,
of
ya
makes
le
sense,
llaman
actually, because, you know,
asgardianos de la
Sprite
galaxia, ¿no?
is,
Ya están
well,
con
they're
el tema de
close friend together,
guardianes de la
they're
galaxia.
You kind of never know which way they're coming from, and Loki's similar, right?
Yeah, people compare her to Loki all the time.
And so, being here, being in a Thor event, you know, we've got Stormbreaker, we've got the Hammer, we've got Zeus's Thunderbolt or Zeus's Lightning Bolt. Which would you prefer to wield if you had the choice?
The hammer. I think the hammer. Definitely.
And where would you use it to travel to?
Oh my gosh. I have no idea. I mean, I like the beach. I like summer vacation-y places, so like the Bahamas or somewhere fun.
Well, it's pretty steamy here today, so a beach vacation.
No,
makes
no,
sense.
no
It's
permite.
pretty hot.
Well, there's going to be a lot of hotness on the carpet, so you know. That's
No
okay.
permite poner el
I'm
subtítulo en
so curious
español.
what it's been like for you. You know, after Marvel Studios The Eternals was released, and you've been part of this larger MCU, coming to events like that. Can you talk to the fans about what that feels
¿Puedes
like?
decirnos a nosotros
I
los
mean,
fans?
it's completely changed my life. Every time I come to a red carpet or anything, I
Cada
always
que
get
estoy en
so
una
nervous and excited
red
before it
carpet,
because I
siempre
am so
estoy
grateful and honored that I get to
feliz
be
y
here. I
entusiasmada.
mean, I was a fangirl before any of this, and to just be able to come to like almost every Marvel movie red carpet is still insane to me, and I
Qué bueno es
still
poder
in awe
tener,
every
poder
time I come here. And
tener la oportunidad de estar
I mean,
aquí.
my life has changed so much.
Mi
and
vida ha
I'm so
cambiado
grateful for all of it.
muchísimo
Well, we love
ahora
watching
que
what
soy
you
parte
do
de
on
Marvel. Yo creo que a
screen,
todos.
and we're curious, you know, if there were
Puede ser.
something that you could say to the fans about, you know, just kind of what being a part of Marvel means to you and all of that.
It's a family. It really is. And they treat you so incredibly well. It just makes you want to keep back and doing more and making more movies and working for them forever. Yeah, it's definitely a very special thing to be a part of.
Well, we're so glad you're here, and thank you for stopping and talking to the fans. I'm going to let you go because I know you got to talk to other people and you want to see the movie. So have a great night.
Great to see the movie. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great to see you. All right, what is happening over there at stage 1?
¿Qué está pasando por
Erica
allá?
is awestruck still by some of the cosplayers running by.
Some really good cosplay right now. and as I said, you know, I come from
Hey,
this
la
world,
gente, la gente.
so my D&D buddies are in the crowd.
Every time.
I see them, and it's
Every
just,
time somebody walks by in a new character, we just freeze for about 5 to 10 seconds.
that was a beautiful interview talking about being a fan before
Dice,
becoming part
es
of
súper
this.
bueno,
And I
es
think
súper bueno
that's
poder
something
entrevistar a
that
varios
ties
actores que están
everybody
aquí
here together,
presentes
is that
y saber que
we're
puedes compartir
all
con ellos
just
así sea un
huge
momento.
nerds for this since for as long as we can remember.
I mean, these are stories, these are characters that are around for 60, 70, 80 years. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
60 years for Thor now.
60 years for Thor this year, which is really amazing. And it's wonderful to see this cast as well, because you know that they are fans of it too. You know, who are you excited to see here? I mean, I gotta say, I am
No
very
puedo
excited,
leer
of
WhatsApp
course,
ahorita, amigo.
to talk to Chris
Claro.
about what it is like to be playing Thor for 11 years and be the first
Ya,
Marvel hero
ya salieron
to have
pósters.
4 solo films. That is such a huge accomplishment.
Taika Waititi is my favorite director. I
Absolutely.
love what he does, and I love how much heart he has put into
A ver por aquí.
Thor and the Thor section of the universe, and how it's expanded and become just fun or like even more fun and even wackier and more colorful.
Yeah, space is just a black light painting on the side of a custom van, really, and I love it. I love it so much.
A ver,
Of
vamos
course, having Tessa Thompson coming
poner.
back as King Valkyrie
Okay.
is so wonderful. In what
Viene King Valkyrie.
character in Thor Ragnarok, fan favorite instantaneously, and I would just love to talk to her about that because we haven't spoken to her since then.
I want to talk to her about the suits, the power suits.
So many power suits on King Valkyrie.
Yeah.
She's really leaning into that lifestyle.
¿Qué esperan,
and I
chicos,
enjoy it.
ustedes de
And of
King
course,
Valkyrie?
Natalie Portman returning as Jane Foster.
I am so happy
The
that
mighty
she's coming
Thor.
back.
She's coming back as the mighty Thor. This is such a huge thing because obviously we have seen the story of Thor and Jane from Thor's perspective and mostly through the absence of Jane over the last 3 years.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I have loved the Thor films. They could use about 50%.
Ya, buenísimo, déjalo en
Natalie
Discord.
Portman
Déjalo en
as
Discord.
Dr. Jane Foster.
And we've got it. We've got it
I got
coming.
it. I'm so excited. I'm very excited for tonight.
Natalie Portman
Yeah,
como
I mean,
Jane Foster.
Everybody is going to be showing up.
Todos
above
quieren
and beyond that,
enseñar
We've got Christian Bale as a
lo emocionado que
brand
están
new
por
villain
esperar a
to the
Christian Bale
MCU,
esta
GORR
noche.
The God Butcher. And
Como GORR, el
just
carnicero de
Completely
dioses.
transformed.
just from the trailers and the clips and the photos
¿Quién
that
es
we've
él?
seen, there is a singular photo of GORR the God Butcher. You know the one I'm talking about with his pained grin that has just been making the rounds on the internet. And everybody is like, I get this guy. This is
Ahí dicen
me
que hay una
when,
foto en
is what
internet.
people are saying.
That's the thing about every single enemy in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is there's a little part of you that's like, oh, I love them though.
Yes.
Maybe they're right a little bit.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to see what you do with a character with a name
Estamos
like
buscando
GORR the God
conocer qué
Butcher
piensa la gente
and
sobre
how you
Thor,
add
los
that
Van
depth
Thunder y
to
qué es lo
it.
que
So
más
very
esperan.
exciting stuff. We have, of course, more from Tamara
Ese era
Krinsky
US Patriot.
over on our other stage. Tamara, how you doing?
I am great because I am here with Kieran
Ah,
Dyer. We were just
no
talking
creo.
about the fact that he is new to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he has been watching these premieres for years, right?
For a long time, yeah, but it's so great to be here, and I
Él
can't
es
believe I am here. It's surreal. It's literally
su primera vez en una
surreal.
premiere de
And it's so
Marvel.
weird seeing the setup and everything. This is my first premiere as well. So,
Ajá.
We are so happy to welcome you. We're happy to welcome you to the Marvel
Estamos felices de
Cinematic
tenerte por
Universe.
aquí.
I have to ask,
Tengo que
what was it
preguntarte,
like when you got that call saying that you had booked this film?
¿cómo te sentiste con
lots
este
and lots of
film?
screaming. Lots and lots of screaming.
The good
¿Cómo si
kind,
no la
I
he
hope.
visto?
Oh yeah, the good kind, yeah. I was kind of shocked at first, I guess. I couldn't believe it. And then when they flew us out to Australia,
Axel.
and it was just,
¿Quién es
it was
Axel?
crazy.
So what was it like filming in Australia? I mean, don't give us
Chicos,
any
les
spoilers, of
pregunto,
course, but what
¿quién
was it
es
like being
él?
down there with the cast?
It was really great.
¿Quién
I
es
mean,
él?
the cast were amazing. They were so nice.
Miles
Chris,
Morales,
Taika,
confirmado.
Chris,
No,
really
no, no, no,
nice.
no jodas.
It was really nice. I could learn from them as well because obviously They've been acting for a long time.
Amigazo, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo vas?
I learned a lot from them.
La Cueva
It was
Geek.
really great
Cansa.
to watch them and
¿Qué
see how
hay,
they,
mi bro?
see how they work with improvisation and stuff like that as well. So
I want to ask you more about that, actually. You know, is there something that you learned from them that you think now you'll take to other sets with you? Anything in particular that you'd pass along to other people?
yeah, probably improvisation because I hadn't done much of that before. And obviously Taika, he loves improvising. He loves trying out new stuff, and it's crazy. It's really nice. So I guess I could take that elsewhere when I do other films and stuff like that. And I'll be able to just have fun and play around with lines and stuff like that.
I've got to ask you a little bit more about Taika. If you were sort of going to describe like the role he plays, the style of directing, is he like a big brother? Is he like a funny uncle? Is he a
¿Qué
tyrant?
opinas
What's
sobre el
like on
estilo del
set?
director?
A bit of all three, I guess. He's a funny uncle. He's a big brother. He's just great to have on set. He's really nice to talk to. Really helps you. He's just a great director, and obviously he acts in the film as well, which is really cool. But yeah, he's been great. He's amazing, and he really helped me to feel comfortable and be able to play my role as I should. And yeah.
El hijo
Well,
de
you know, we know
Mané.
it was a combination of digital sets and real sets. What was that like for you?
Oh, that
¿En
was
serio?
really
No,
crazy,
no,
'cause
no se
obviously
parece.
There were some blue screens where they had CGI, and then they built real sets, which was really amazing, and it was incredible because the sets were so big, it was so
parece para nada.
bright, and yeah, it was really great. And on the blue screens, I guess it was a bit hard to film because you didn't know what was going to be there or what was.
Han filmado con pantalla azul.
Yeah, it was great. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Esa
and talking to the
tecnología es
fans.
mejor.
I'm so happy to be your first official Marvel Cinematic Universe red
Feliz
carpet.
de tenerte en tu primera oficial red carpet de Marvel Studios.
I love welcoming new people to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's so cool to see how excited they are, especially when it's somebody who's been a fan of the MCU for all this time. And I cannot wait for people to see what he does in this film. Now, I'm just curious, what is going on over at Stage 1?
I will tell you what is going on, Tamara.
Te voy a decir qué está
The
pasando,
God
Tamara.
of Thunder
El Dios del
is
Trueno.
manifested onto the red carpet,
Be cool.
and the fans are going wild.
Parece que llega alguien.
Point Break is in the building.
Parece que
Repeat,
llega
Point
alguien.
Break is in the
Llegó
building.
el Dios del Trueno.
This is very
Ya.
exciting. It's lovely to see like everybody. I mean, we've got so many Thors
Llegó, llegó.
in the audience, so many people that have brought Mjolnir with them. And it's lovely to see them meeting Chris and having everything signed. This is
Es
a
casi
really great
el
moment.
Some of my
último
favorite
Vengador
moments on the
que nos
carpet
queda, ¿no?
happen in these moments when they're on the walk up to the interview, where they get ambushed by some of their other friends in the cast, or where they meet somebody that clearly says something that touches them, and it's really wonderful to see. And I'm really happy that we get to have the fans here with us on the carpet tonight. Oh.
So wonderful. Man, and I'll tell you, as he is showing up, everybody else is showing up. There are a ton of people that we are excited to see tonight. I mean, look.
A ver, ¿qué
the
más?
Guardians of the Galaxy
Ese es
are
Chris.
in
Chris,
this.
sí, ya llegó. Hemsworth.
Yeah.
They are there.
They certainly are.
And
Manny,
I
¿viste las fotos?
absolutely love
Que el traje de Black Bolt fue todo
the-
CGI. ¿Qué
the
opinas?
tiny bit
No las he
of
visto.
interaction between Thor
Para
and the
nada.
Guardians that we've already seen.
I am. It's
Sí,
so
quedan los
funny
tres.
because I feel like Thor Ragnarok really established Thor as just a funny dude, and getting to see him with the Guardians, who are generally quite goofy as well, has just been such a treat. And so I would.
Por aquí pregunta. Hola Manny, ¿crees que confirmen Thor 5? Y si crees que la actriz que hizo de América Chávez esté en la premiere de Thor Love and Thunder? Ah, Xochitl Gómez. Sí, sí ha de estar. Sí ha de estar.
There's a character that came out of nowhere and had such a wonderful arc and story in Guardians.
Well, and he's been working with his brother James Gunn behind the scenes on that franchise for a while now too. He
Aquí también
did a
participa
lot of
el
the
hermano de
original
Chris
capture
Hemsworth.
for Rocket.
Yep.
And let me tell you a little bit of something as somebody who's done
Amigazo Pixel, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo vas?
animal work,
El mero en vivo de Manny. Gracias,
If I could
gracias.
ask you,
Manny, el de las
if I
manotas.
could ask, like if you were gonna do a raccoon
A ver, dice.
right now.
Oh, okay. So they do this thing where they like wash with their hands and they like scuttle.
De ley vuelve.
I've been doing a lot of that.
This
Trust
is what
me.
you've tuned in to see. This is what the Marvel
My
fans
trash
want.
panda fan.
Esto es lo que
or
los
my
Fanáticos de Marvel
and,
quieren.
Sam is something that I've studied very closely, and so I can say with authority that Sean Gunn's
Pilas que Chris Hemsworth es el crush
aces.
de ella en la película.
Obviously, one of the things that we want to see is some more of this Thor and Star-Lord interaction, because here are two guys that are mostly ego, that are mostly wisecracking, that mostly think of themselves as the one in charge.
Están hablando de
And it's very lovely to see
y
just in that
Rocket.
15 seconds we saw the power struggle between the two of them.
Who's captain on that ship?
Exactly.
You suppose. And who I don't know. Who would you pick as captain?
Who would I pick?
Yeah. Who would you take your orders from?
Rocket.
Okay. All right. That is correct, Anthony. Correct.
We've got some more coming up here from the stage in just a moment, but first we want to show you some more of this fantastic setup we have here at the premiere, including a little exhibition that we like to call the Hall of Heroes, Erika Ishii. Let's take a look.
El Salón de Héroes. ¿Qué se viene? ¿Qué se
We
viene?
told you this carpet was massive, so here I am.
Manny,
all the
¿cuándo
way at
veremos
the
Doctor
other end of the
Strange?
carpet,
No lo
for in
sé.
just a short while, the cast and
Cuando te hagas
filmmakers
miembro,
are going to
tú
make their
dime.
way down and head into the theater for the world
ver.
premiere of the film. But before they do, we have an awesome surprise for them. An incredible display of costumes from Marvel Studios' Thor.
Los
Love and
trajes,
Thunder.
chicos, se vienen
Let's
los
take a look.
trajes. Los trajes, los trajes, los
First, we have a
trajes.
little bonus surprise for you. The head of the lovable
Ah,
Tooth
la
Gnasher,
cabeza de
one half of the
Tooth
famous
Gnasher.
goat pair. Since the goats
Es
are so
una de las
large in the
cabras,
film,
¿no?
they use these very heads on set to help the actors with the eye lines. Now we have Zeus,
Ahora
played by
viene
Russell Crowe.
el traje
Now,
de
we're gonna have to wait
Zeus.
and see exactly how his role plays out in the film, but we can see that his costume invokes regal qualities. It features gold accents
Tenemos que
and a
decir que
chest
no es
plate that's
exactamente el mismo
befitting
que
of a
utiliza en
Greek
la
god,
película,
and works in
pero
tandem
es
with his
uno
famous
inspirado
lightning bolt.
como prototipo
Next
de
to
la
him, we have the
película.
mighty Thor,
De viene
played
el
by
traje de
Natalie
Mighty
Portman,
Thor
who becomes a hero in
de
her own
Natalie
right.
Portman.
Now, many parts of this look were created to reflect what we know as Thor's original hero costume, including the iconic red cape. But Dr. Jane Foster is very much her own person, so this mighty
Se ve bien,
Thor
se ve
has
bien.
definitely put her own spin on what it means to possess the power of Thor. And here we have Thor, our god of thunder, who's gotten a new look for this film. You'll notice that the costume builds on many of the usual elements of his traditional space Viking look, but the designers have taken it to the
Súper
next
chévere ese
level
traje.
with new gold plating
Súper
and more
chévere.
metal used throughout the costume, including his new double set of shoulder plates and awesome new helmet. And now we have Valkyrie's costume.
Ah,
The
el
team
traje
really
de
wanted this
Valkyrie.
costume to represent a merging together of all of the
Ese
different
traje
roles that
representa la
Valkyrie has played
emergencia
in her life,
unida
from a
junto con la
Valkyrie
tribu, o
warrior
sea,
to a
el
scrapper,
pueblo.
and even King of Asgard.
Representa
Next up,
la
we've
lucha y
got
el poder
Thor's
de
look,
cuerpo a
worn
cuerpo.
by Christian Bale in the film.
El
Thor's
traje de
look
Christian
is
Bale.
incredibly monochromatic,
Sencillo, ¿no?
so
Sencillo
the
él ahí.
designers played with textures and movement within the fabric to give life to this costume and create his unique sinister look. And now here we have the other half
Ahora
of
viene
our
la
goat
otra
pair,
cabra.
Tooth Grinder. The costumes
Tooth
in
Grinder.
this film are incredible.
Eso fue idea de Taika
And I
Waititi, ¿no?
cannot
De ley,
wait
lo
to
de
see
las
all of
cabras.
the cosplay that they're going to inspire after the film is released. And with that, let's head back to the front of the carpet.
Oh my goodness, everybody milling through right now, signing autographs. Everybody is showing up. We are joined right now by somebody that we are very excited to talk to, Jennifer Caden Robinson.
Parece que alguien está muy
the writer
feliz
of Thor
de estar
Ragnarok,
aquí.
co-writer of Thor, I'm
La
sorry, Thor Love
co-directora
and
de
Thunder.
Thor
Did
Ragnarok.
not write Thor Ragnarok.
Y ahora,
Did co-write Thor Love and Thunder.
Right, we're all caught
la
up now.
co-escritora,
So
co-guionista
you
de
can
Thor
tell us
Ragnarok.
almost exactly nothing about this.
Yeah, I can tell you nothing. I can tell you Thor is in it. The mighty
Jennifer
Thor is in it.
Keaton Robinson,
Valkyrie is in it.
escritora de
is
Thor
in it,
Ragnarok
and
y
that's
también de
it.
Thor Love
But
and
here's
Thunder.
what you can tell us. You can tell us, previous to this, you worked as a consulting producer on Hawkeye, and that was your first entry into the MCU. How has it been, and what was it like working with Taika on kind of creating this?
¿Qué te parece? ¿Qué es lo que más te gusta trabajar con Taika
I
Waititi?
feel like people use this word a lot in this industry, and
Siento que la gente se ilusiona mucho,
I mean this genuinely when I say Taika is a genius.
pero trabajar con él,
Being able to be
no hay
around
nada más
him
que
and
decir
to
que es un
learn
genio.
from him and to just watch him work was the coolest thing I've ever experienced in this industry.
Me gusta mucho
It
su
is
experiencia
like, if
y el
you ever
cómo
have the opportunity
transporta
to
a la
co-write
pantalla
a
las
movie with
ideas.
Taika Waititi, I highly recommend it.
Está altamente recomendado.
I'll make a note of that.
Yes. So he also famously does a lot of improvisation. Were there moments that the cast found or that he found that you went, oh, I got to expand on that?
Yeah, I mean, it was such a living kind of document the entire time, the script, and it was like we would
Estábamos
have
haciendo una
something,
serie de
and then we would get there
documentos
in the morning, and then we would
y
change
de
it, and
pronto
then
te
10
cambia el
minutes later
itinerario
we
de
would
la
change
mañana a
it,
la
and it
tarde
just like
por
it
ideas
kept
locas que
evolving,
tienen.
and it was such a collaboration between
Y,
myself,
y el
Taika, the
colaborar con él
actors,
siempre es
Ryan Chapek,
súper
our producer, like
ingenioso.
everybody
Productor,
involved, Brad
escritor,
Winterbaum, like
cualquier persona que esté
Kevin,
involucrada
everybody
con
involved
Kevin
really has a
siempre
piece
está
of this
involucrada
film in such a special way
en cada
because Taika
película.
fosters an environment where everybody has a voice.
That's so wonderful. And I am so excited for people to see this movie, Jennifer, because I think it is so funny and so sweet and so wonderful. Thank
Es
you
muy
so much for
divertido y
joining
estoy
me.
muy feliz de haberte tenido aquí. Gracias por acompañarnos. No,
Tamara,
gracias por
what you
ti.
got going on?
Oh, you know, just hanging out, watching people walk by, hearing fans cheer for people
Bueno, ahí
walking
siguen
by.
hablando
It was so good to hear
de
Jennifer
cómo va la
talk
cosa.
about the collaborative environment on set, you know. So
Luis
often
Alberto,
writers
¿cómo
kind of get
vas?
shafted, and it was amazing to hear her talk about how much Taika and she worked together and the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe team to
Bordéate.
bring this world to fruition. You know, there's so many new elements that we get to see in this film, as well as places that we get to revisit. And knitting that all together is really, really challenging. It took a huge creative team to do that. And the fact that they all work so closely together, they've involved new technology together. You know, there's a new thing that they've used in this film called the volume. It's new technology, which is a complete 360 digital set. So instead of actors being on a green screen or a blue screen and having to just kind of imagine what's going on around them,
por aquí.
they're actually surrounded by their environment and they get to see it in real time. The light reflects off of their faces in real time. It's pretty amazing. And then they take that and they combine that with incredible practical sets that they build. And it
Vamos a ver
creates
por aquí.
just a seamless
Han
whole
salido
that's really
póster, dicen,
incredible
¿no?
to see. And, you know, for the actors, they've talked about the fact that the combination of these production sets where they get to walk on real cobblestones in places like New Asgard, combined with the digital piece of the volume, allows them just to imagine things in entirely different ways. You know, and for the first time, like, they don't have to necessarily talk to a tennis ball on the top of a pole when they're trying to imagine something, or they can actually, you know, sit on set and look out and see the sunset that they're talking with. So it's pretty incredible when you think about how far advances have come when it comes to creating all of these worlds that amazing comic book artists and writers have imagined and been able to draw. And now film technology has caught up to that, and Marvel Studios is so good at putting that together and putting things on screen.
Ah, por
So
fin, alguien por
who
aquí.
are you guys
Gracias,
talking to
Carnage.
right now? What do you have coming up? What are you seeing over there?
Claro que sí lo escribo, sí lo leo, Luis.
So we are.
Oh, sorry. No, please.
Sí lo leo.
After you.
We are here with Mr. Christian Bale, who plays GORR the God
Christian Bale,
Butcher.
GORR, el carnicero de dioses. Ahora sí, chicos. Nos ponemos de pie, nos vamos, se acabó el stream.
So how does it feel to join the MCU?
It's been a lot of bloody fun. Yeah, some good people. I'm in very good company.
I gotta ask, a character with the name like GORR the God Butcher, I feel like I hear
A ver,
that.
vamos.
I know exactly what GORR the God Butcher is about. How do you bring sort of
¿Cómo
how do you
trajiste,
bring some more depth and nuance to that? Is that something that you talked to with Taika about?
cómo
Because
trajiste a ti este nuevo
he's a guy
personaje,
that butchers
GORR,
gods.
el carnicero de
Yeah,
dioses?
his name is self-explanatory, isn't it? And you know, he
Fue
is a
muy
butcher,
explicativo. Al inicio no conocía el personaje.
but Taika, he's a surprising
Hablar con
gentleman.
Taika fue un poquito
He's
sorprendente.
crazy talented, and he manages
Tipo
to have
talentoso.
great irony and comedy, but it's
Un
also
comediante
very moving,
innato.
this film, and that's where the whole kind of
Muy amable,
nuances that you're
muy
talking
gentil.
about come into play in this film.
See, he was just doing that thing that we have to do where we just talked around something. But I get what you're saying.
Sé lo que intentas decir.
I heard from people
Muy
on
comediante.
set, I mean, Tessa and Chris, they were all they said we really enjoyed working with Christian, but we were almost kind of
¿Te
terrified to
divertiste
talk to him when he was done
trabajar
as
con
GORR.
Christian?
He was almost too frightening to speak to when he was on
¿Cómo
set.
fue tratar con
It
todos
was a little
ellos?
creepy. I like, obviously,
Un poquito creepy.
I looked at Nosferatu as an influence, and also I love Aphex
Me
Twin
gustó mucho los
videos,
efectos,
Come to Daddy.
me gustó mucho
Right now,
la química con ellos, con
full on,
Christian,
still have it be a
con,
family-friendly film.
con Chris,
People would be
con
running
Jane.
for the exits, but believe me, we did shoot that.
Pero créeme,
And then, you know, I gave Taika lots of choices there, but I don't blame him. He was a creepy fellow to be around.
créeme, no te vas a arrepentir de ver cómo es el personaje. Al inicio el tipo se asustó se asustó porque en los cómics GORR anda con una tanga, ¿no? Pero aquí Taika Waititi le explicó que no iba a utilizar nada similar.
You got to go to a Zen place. I've done it a few times in my career. I kind of didn't realize I was going to do it on this one actually.
Es algo muy
The
diferente en
special
mi
effects
carrera.
makeup artist Adam Johansson and Carla and Emily, they are as responsible as I am for creating this character. And I had a great time. They were wonderful characters, and it was a nice little transition into the weirdness of gore.
Fue una transición de salir de un personaje que hice hace tiempo, ahora GORR, el carnicero. ¿Cómo fueron los diálogos, los movimientos, la
You don't really know
actuación?
what you're going to do until you're looking in the mirror, especially with something with that much prosthetics. And, you know, that we had planned the whole dance that Taika and I had planned. We didn't get to shoot it again. That'll be for another film. But a whole gore.
Me gustó mucho. Tú sabes que soy alguien que se entrega bastante en el papel. Y en esta ocasión traje un buen personaje a la pantalla. Me gustó mucho las escenas de acción, los movimientos,
We were robbed, everyone. We were robbed.
aunque sean difíciles.
Because I was having to deal with these very long acrylic nails, which
A veces son coreografías de mucho tiempo de práctica.
I love how much you find the.
O sea, va a haber una pelea brutal aquí,
I mean,
¿no?
you know, you obviously have to, but it comes through so much.
Es
in the
verdad
performance and in the character of GORR.
que la
I was just
actuación del
overjoyed
personaje,
every
la
time we
personificación
were
del
on screen. It was
personaje,
so much fun to watch GORR doing
¿te
his
tomó
thing.
mucho tiempo como GORR?
yes. Be overjoyed to watch
Sí, me divertí mucho. Me tomó 6 meses acoplarme con el personaje.
That's between me and my counselor, but yeah, you're not too far.
6 meses.
But that's the thing, though, is that I was saying this earlier, that every enemy in the MCU,
Cada enemigo en el UCM,
truth in what they say, and they have a lot of their support.
es verdad lo que dicen,
Do you feel like there was
que
something
tienen
with
ciertas
GORR
motivaciones.
that would make everybody go, he's kind of right.
Well, I mean, let's make no mistake. He is a butcher. He is a monster.
Mira, te voy a explicar.
Yeah,
Él es
there
el
might be
carnicero.
something that you see where you go,
Él es el carnicero de dioses.
I'm a little
Es un
conflicted
villano
here.
diferente.
You might just find a little bit of understanding in him.
We look forward to getting to know and understand him more. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
Gracias por estar aquí, Christian.
Samara, how you doing?
I am doing great.
Lo
because
veo
I'm
un
here with
poquito,
Sean
un
Gunn,
poquito
aka
apagado a
Pratt.
Christian
How
Bale.
are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I couldn't be better, I guess. I'm very happy to be here.
Well, you were just
Estoy muy
saying
feliz de
that
estar
it's
aquí.
cool to come here because you're seeing so
Él
many
es
friends on the carpet. Is there anyone in
Gunn,
particular
el que hace
you're
de
vibing with or seeing?
uno de los
You know, I haven't seen
Sean
the
Gunn.
Guardians. We just wrapped
Kraglin.
Guardians 3, you know, a handful of weeks ago. So I've seen them a little more recently. But some of the other people, Chris and Taika and Tessa, I haven't seen them since we shot the movie. So it'll be great to see everybody and to see the movie.
Amigazo, ¿cómo vas?
Fun part of
¿Qué
this, you're
tal?
going to finally
Hola,
see
Mani,
it
¿cómo
in the
andás?
theater with people. Wait, I have to ask you what it was like working with Taika, because
Saludote para
obviously
ti,
you and
Nico.
James have worked together a lot on the Guardians. So what's it like being under someone else?
You know, Taika is just amazing.
Taika
He's
es
a force of
fantástico.
nature,
Es un
and,
tipo innato.
I kind of couldn't believe
A veces
how
tiene un toque
fun
que no lo
his
puedes creer,
set
pero es
is.
divertido.
It's very much,
Es
you know, he's very
muy,
chill and kind of
muy
anything
chévere,
goes, and it's a
muy
it's a
buena
great
onda,
situation to sort of
muy relajado.
let loose and let your best self
Te
come
gusta
out.
trabajar con él.
He's very different from my
Es muy
brother.
diferente que mi
My
hermano,
brother's very different
James
from the
Gunn.
Russos. The Russos are very different
Mi
from
hermano
Taika.
James Gunn es
All
muy diferente
directors
que
are
los hermanos
different,
rusos
and I
y
love
ellos
that.
son muy
That's what
diferentes
makes
que Taika
movies
Waititi.
And
unique, right?
yet you get to
Él
bring
es el hermano
Kraglin to
de
all of them. So
de James
I'm
Gunn.
curious, you know, what is the one thing that Kraglin you kind of keep consistent for each time we see him?
¿En qué consiste la química con Taika
Well,
Waititi?
you know, for Kraglin,
Mira, para Kraglin,
I'm always aware that Kraglin is on quite a journey. From the
siempre
first
es un
movie
trabajo sencillo
to the
porque es un
second
viaje
movie
divertido.
to now what we're going to see
Cada
in
parte en la
Thor, and then
película
there's a lot.
es un viaje divertido
You know,
para
I don't
Kraglin,
wanna-
para
I
su
don't wanna
personaje.
No spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers.
and Dart, but
Sin
I am
spoilers, sin
the
spoilers.
Kraglin, we will see Kraglin in the third Guardians movie and in the Christmas special, and so Kraglin's always growing. It's always
Kraglin
like,
siempre está creciendo.
what new can we find from this guy? And and hopefully, you know, his journey
Y a
is,
veces,
something,
afortunadamente,
that people respond to.
el viaje termina,
know
¿no?
they're going to.
Pero
You are so
es
much
muy
fun to watch
aceptado y
in
muy
this. I'll have a
bienvenido
great
por la
time watching you
audiencia.
tonight, and thank you so much for stopping
Muchas
by
gracias por
Shop
haber
and
estado
Land.
aquí, Cragley,
I
no te
hope
quito más
everybody
tiempo.
loves the movie. Thanks for having me.
Espero que a
This is
todos les
the
guste la película.
Thank you so much.
Los quiero un montón.
Bye. And that is Sean God. It's so great to see people here. It's so great to have this incredible mix.
Él es el hermano de James Gunn. Él es el hermano de James Gunn. Él es el que hace de Kraglin en Guardianes de la Galaxia y en todos esos demás. Bueno, chicos, llegó el momento, llegó el momento.
Chris Hemsworth!
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Chris, I gotta ask you, you're kind of a fitness
Chris,
guy. You've
te
got
voy
an app. You try to stay in
preguntar.
okay shape.
Tú eres un
What
tipo
was
del
it
fitness.
like for you
¿Cómo fue
to
para
know
ti?
that the internet was talking more about Natalie's biceps than yours this time around?
I was glad. I trained her. You know?
really?
Yeah, that was all my doing.
You did that.
Can you get...
Her commitment and my motivation and
Es un
teaching
comité de
her.
So when she
motivación
comes up, if we're to
quien
ask
te
her
lleva
how
siempre a
did you get in
entrenamientos.
shape,
I wouldn't ask her that. No. Let's just keep that between us.
okay. She doesn't like to talk
Okay,
too
so
much
do
about
you
it, I guess.
have some advice for other aspiring Thors in terms of fitness?
Well, we see a lot of them on the carpet over here. They're doing fantastic. They're in better shape than I am.
They're looking great.
They don't need any help from me.
I have to ask though what it
Tengo
was
que
like. I mean,
preguntarte
obviously,
algo muy
we've been
obvio.
hearing a lot about the story of Jane and Thor from Thor's perspective.
Vamos a
mostly
tener
through
algo de la
ghosted,
historia
unanswered
de
calls
Jane
and
Foster
voicemails
y
and
Thor
things like that.
aquí en la
What was it
película.
like, not just to have Jane come back, but to have
¿Cómo es
Natalie come back for
ese
this film?
regreso de Jane
Fantastic. I started this
Foster?
journey with Natalie 11, 12 years ago.
Algo divertido
And Taika pitched
de la
this
historia.
story to me a few years ago, and I was
Toparme
thrilled
con
and
ella
excited, but
y
mostly to work with Natalie again. She's,
volver a actuar con
she's a dear
Natalie.
friend and
Y ahora
incredibly
sentir,
talented. I love what she had
wow,
done in the previous films.
volver a
But
estar ahí con
she
ella.
and all of us were excited to see a different side of the character, and that's
A
what we
veces
have in
hay
this film, which is
diferencias
really, really cool.
en la historia,
And
pero es
talking about
súper
that journey,
divertido.
you are
Es
now
parte del viaje.
the first actor, the first Marvel hero to have
Está ya.
4 solo films. That's kind of crazy, huh?
That's cool.
Es un
yeah.
poquito loco, ¿no?
It's exciting and humbling, and I don't know if they're trying to usher me out to the finish line quickly and get on with it, but either way, I'll take it. And
They sit you down and they're like, now, you know, Chris, everybody else did 3. So
that's right. Well, we squeeze one more out of you, sure. Look, I've loved every step of this journey, and each time I do a Marvel film, I think this is the last one, and not for me, but I think someone's going to be sick of me, and to be asked back again and again, and to be here with 8 or 9 films now with Marvel is a dream. So.
Well,
No
we
sé cómo
saw
son
a
los,
real shift in Thor
los filmes.
around
Simplemente
in
son increíbles.
Ragnarok, and it seems like you get to have a lot of fun with these.
Absolutely. And look, each
Completamente.
film we got the
Cada
opportunity to do
película
something very
tiene
different, and that comes from working
su
with
trama,
different directors,
su
having a different
entrenamiento,
story, different scripts. In
diferente
particular, when
historia,
Taika
diferente
came along,
guión, diferente
both of us had
trama.
said we're ready for something differently creatively from the character, and
A veces hay cosas distintas para cada personaje,
offered us that opportunity. But he is a master.
pero ahí está lo interesante, ¿no? Ahí está lo
Just when
interesante.
you think you have a grasp on what's happening, he'll change it and give you
Cada
something
cosa
else.
que va
And that's what
pasando,
makes
cada cosa que va
this sort of
sucediendo.
unpredictable nature to his storytelling and
En esta
across all
historia
of
se
his
van a
films,
topar
but,
mucho
in my
con el
experience
peso
with
del
the Marvel
villano,
films
con el
we've
peso
done
del
together, it's
monstruo.
just been unlike anything else I've done.
Es algo muy diferente que
in
cualquier otra película.
Ragnarok, we saw Thor kind of trying
En
to
Thor
come to
Ragnarok,
terms with who his family is
¿qué tan
and who
diferente
he
es
is, and sort
de
of
esta
being
película?
comfortable with himself.
Cómodo,
And I
el
thought that was such a
villano,
fun thing to
la
see.
trama.
What would you say is Thor's
¿Qué
journey
dirías
this
sobre el
time in Love and
viaje
Thunder? What is he looking for?
de Thor, desde Thor Ragnarok hasta la
Without
fecha?
giving too much away, it's a journey of self-discovery. There's obviously a love story in there. You know, I think
Me ha
Taika
gustado mucho la historia,
wanted
es
to make a
fantástico
romantic comedy
haber
set in
hecho de Thor
space,
todo este
and
tiempo
it's that,
y todo lo
and
que
it's
estamos haciendo por el
crazy
personaje.
and wild and unique and different. And
Hay muy pocas diferencias,
yeah, as I
cada
said,
cada
as
etapa
to
es mejor
speak
que la
to the
anterior.
journey of the character, you'll have to tune in and see.
Well, we cannot wait
Cada,
to
cada,
see it. We
cada
cannot
etapa del
wait for
personaje
everybody
es un
else to see it.
crecimiento.
Chris Hemsworth, thank you so
Chris
much for
Hemsworth, gracias
joining
por estar
us.
aquí.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. Excited for you all to see it. Have a
Thank-
great night.
You too. Take care.
Thank you
Oh
so
my
much.
goodness.
¿Por
So
qué,
much
por qué muy
happening.
poco tiempo?
Wow. We're going to go kick it over to Tamara. Tamara, how are you doing?
I'm good. I just have to say, like, it is so much fun to watch all of the actors just try and dance around.
A ver, chicos, voy leyendo comentarios hasta mientras, ¿ya?
Really being able to say anything
Dice,
because they've
gracias
all
por
been
avisar, no
doing
sabía cuando
so
salía.
well.
Espero que esté la pelea de,
Spoilers,
con
but
Toby y el
I
duende.
have to
Chicos, ya subí video nuevo al canal, por si acaso. Una pregunta, Manny. Hoy veremos en Titán Spider-Man No Way Home la versión extendida. Vamos a ver mi pecho sobre tu espalda reloaded. Lo he cargado. Pilas. Pilas. Porque No Way Home versión extendida no la tengo. Dice, yo quiero estar así de mamado como Chris. A mí me falta un poquito. Es que como mucho pan. Pero es que es rico el pan. Habla sobre de que Thor es uno de los últimos Vengadores que queda. Uno de los últimos Vengadores que queda. Porque bien o mal Capitán América ya salió. Iron Man también. Black Widow también.
The Migthy Thor herself, Natalie Portman, everyone!
Natalie Portman.
Oh, Natalie, welcome back to the MCU.
Natalie, bienvenida de vuelta al UCM. No, gracias. Estoy feliz de estar aquí. Estoy muy emocionada de tener otro superhéroe de Marvel aquí. Y mucho más emocionada de tener a alguien que vuelve a Marvel Studios aquí en la noche. Ya está vieja. Estoy muy feliz de trabajar con Christian Bale, de volver a trabajar con Chris, de volver a estar en una película de Thor, de tener la oportunidad de que me vuelvan a comunicar y volver a estar aquí. Cada uno tiene una parte extraordinaria de talento. Es un tema de aprendizaje. He aprendido mucho de Christian Bale. Es muy divertido tratar con ellos.
Really trusts each other, really loves to collaborate with each other, really loves to listen and work with each other, which is lovely to see.
I think everyone was really having a good time, and you can tell when you watch it, it's a party.
Cada carnicería es un viaje. Me doblega la edad y aún así me gusta. Dicen que gallina vieja da buen caldo. Entre más pasa la fruta, mejor sabe. Mira, Taika es maravilloso. Cada cosa la hace inolvidable. Siempre encuentra el humor en cada escena detrás de las cámaras. Es divertido trabajar con él. Estoy muy feliz. Es fantástico trabajar con él. Ojo, ella ha tenido directores de toda la saga de Thor.
We have heard the story of Jane and Thor from Thor's perspective for so long, and it's been so interesting to see. What are we going to see from Jane's perspective? What is Jane feeling, and what has Jane been up to?
Miren que chicos, miren que de todo Thor ha tenido el director Kenneth, el director Alan y ahora Taika Waititi con 2 películas, pero dice que es emocionante. Ella que ha estado con los 3 directores en las 4 películas, es muy emocionante y muy divertido trabajar con Taika Waititi.
We're talking more about your biceps than his.
Well, I mean,
mira,
Hemsworth is
¿qué te diré?
The ultimate. I mean, he's
No es la última vez
very lucky
aquí.
to have him as the sort of
Créeme.
Expert and guide. He was very generous with sharing.
Es muy emocionante trabajar con expertos.
And it's really fun to get to be a 6-foot character.
Parece que se refiere a Christian Bale.
That doesn't happen often in your life.
Son cosas maravillosas que te pasan en la vida.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here
Thank
with
you,
us.
Natalie.
Thank you.
Parece que no les están quitando mucho tiempo. Con Doctor Strange los tenían más tiempo cada uno.
A lot of facts that I know about Thor, and a lot of facts that you know about
You're
Thor.
kind of a Thorologist.
Yeah, but let's see what the fans know about Thor.
¿Qué tanto saben los fans de Thor?
And we're doing Thor Trivia.
Una trivia de Thor, a ver, vamos.
All right, Thor, Avengers, Thor: The Dark World, Avengers: Age of Ultron. Then it's also
Infinity War, Endgame.
Thor Ragnarok, and also
we got Thor, we got the Avengers, we got the Avengers: Age of Ultron, we got Thor Ragnarok, we got Avengers: Infinity War, we got Endgame, and now we got Thor: Love and Thunder.
Bien.
It is Vision, Thor, Odin, Jane Foster, and Captain America. And yeah, that's all of them, right?
It is Thor. It is Odin. It is Captain America. It is Jane
Vision.
Foster.
Vision
and,
también.
that's about it.
Vision también. How many Asgard can you name?
Hela, Loki,
Star-Lord.
Odin, we have Thor, of course, and then Heimdall, and I'm out of time.
There's Odin, there's Frigga, there's Thor, there's Sif, there's Hogan, there's Fandral, there's Valkyrie.
Otro trivia winner.
I just beat a god! I just beat a god! Victory for the humans!
Se la sabía, se la sabía. Sí, Carnage.
You know, I could tell you endless things.
Ellos esta noche ven la película.
They have me beat on specifically MCU.
Luis Godín dice Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame, Thor, The Dark World, Ragnarok, Los Antones. Bien.
Oh, I
We
didn't
were
see
hoping
them.
for alligator Loki, but you know, I mean,
This is no shade to President Loki.
Parece el Alligator Loki.
that's right. And a reminder, if you see costumes that you like, please
A ver,
share
chicos.
it with us. Make sure to follow us on all the social
Sigo leyendo comentarios por aquí, sigo leyendo comentarios.
and use the hashtag #ThorLove.
Preguntan que si después del stream vamos a ver una movie en Titán. No lo sé, ¿eh? No lo sé. ¿Cuántos miembros nuevos tenemos hoy?
Yes, they are all going.
Ahí viene Taika Waititi.
Now we have with us
Taika Waititi.
film and Korg. Taika Waititi, hello, sir. Taika.
I didn't even ask them to do that.
Okay, but did you ask them to do that?
I didn't ask them to do that.
Okay. All right, if you say so.
Good.
I am so overjoyed to be here tonight. I want to say
Estoy muy
Ragnarok was one of my
feliz.
favorite films, one of our
Muy
favorite
emocionado de
films
tenerte
for
aquí.
sure. And so we're so excited for the world to see Love and Thunder. You came in, and Chris has talked about this. You came in and you kind of wanted to shake things up in a very big way. All of you did. Can you talk about what you kind of wanted to do with Thor when you came in?
¿Nos puedes contar
on the first one, it was
cómo
really
ha
just
sido
about,
la evolución de Thor?
working with Chris's strengths, you know, like, I'm good friends with him, and he's he's just the kind of guy that you want to be on an adventure with in real life. And so, we just wanted to like really embrace that and work with his strengths, which is he's just good at everything. And so, and then on this new one, we wanted to take it a little further and introduce this concept of love and what that means to Thor.
Let me ask you, how did you have to convince anybody to let you
¿Tuviste
make
que convencer
Thor
a
a
alguien
himbo? Do you know himbo?
para que venga a Thor?
It's a
like a bimbo.
Cuatro.
Yes,
like a golden retriever man.
Yes.
Un poco,
I mean,
un
I
poco.
don't think I had to convince anyone at all, really. No.
Really?
No tuve que convencer a nadie.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I mean, I think everyone knows. Yeah, it's exploitation, really, isn't it?
Es un tema de
It's
expectativas.
about time.
Yeah.
So,
It's about time we had some exploitation in the film industry.
Es un tema de expectativas.
Now, I want to ask, you said you wanted to tell a love story. Why was it so important to bring Jane back now and tell this story?
¿Qué tal fue traer de nuevo a Jane? Dice, es un personaje principal, un personaje que era simpático.
Admired her for many years, and even just to have the chance just to work with her was.
Y tuvimos la oportunidad dentro de esta historia traer de vuelta a Jane.
Take that character from the comics,
Y en los cómics tenemos esa historia de Mighty Thor. El tema del martillo, la enfermedad, todo eso. Entonces me pareció ideal traerla.
the storyline to her.
Yeah, I dropped off some comic books with that storyline in it. And,
Hemos chequeado los cómics, sí.
Yeah, I think
Los actores tienen los cómics, sí.
Luckily, Ragnarok, I think, was probably
Y
something that,
fue algo muy similar como el Ragnarok, que fue
maybe
distinto,
open
pero
that
acá va a
door a
ser
little
mucho
bit
más
more,
apegado al cómic.
People saw what you could do with it. Yeah.
Now, we're also introducing some other characters that I love from that same run of comics and a little bit later with especially GORR The God
Otro personaje que nos
I
gusta
love
de los cómics,
What made
que
you
es
choose
diferente,
GORR
que no es muy
for Thor?
conocido. Hablemos de GORR.
Well, I mean, at Marvel, like, so me and Brad Winderbaum, right from the start, we were thinking about what we were
Mira, con el
gonna do.
equipo
We wanted
creativo de
Jane as
Marvel
Mighty Thor. We'd
conversamos,
always loved
vimos la idea
Thor.
de
We always
Jane,
loved
Mighty
that
Thor,
comic run,
de
and,
traerla a Jane, Mighty Thor,
so that was just, that
y
really was
pues
like the first idea
vimos
for
que era
it,
el momento
was like,
preciso
let's
para traer
bring
también a
him in.
GORR, el carnicero de
And
dioses.
then to get Christian was just, that was
Hablamos
just
con
like,
Christian,
for me, like, just, again,
I'm really like amazed with all the actors I managed to get into this film. You know, like real heavyweights. And
Dije, ¿realmente vamos a hablar con Christian?
Christian said that their cut from the film is a gore dance number. Can you explain or show us any of this gore dance that exists?
I can't show it to you because it's, you know, Christian owns it.
¿Hay algún
It's his-
baile
he-
de
he
gore?
copyrights his dances. I don't know if you
¿Qué
know
es
that
eso?
about him. But yeah, I wanted to. We were just exploring different ways, yeah, with villains and like, you know, what we could do with them, and that was an idea that came about. And you know,
mira.
sometimes with villains, you just need them to be bad, and you know, not amazing dancers.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is if you see Christian dance, you immediately weep with joy, and that doesn't work for a villain.
No, it's not going to work.
Too relatable a villain.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for talking
Gracias,
to us today.
Taika.
We are so excited to show the world this
I'm
movie.
very excited.
Taika Waititi!
Chicos, parece que en la película vamos a ver algo antes de que Gord, el carnicero de dioses, se vaya para la miércoles y se haga súper malo, ¿no? Vamos a ver algo. Hablan mucho sobre el tema de un baile. Vamos a ver.
His joy
Victoria
and
Alonso,
his never-ending energy to bring another
productora ejecutiva.
Thor to the world. How exciting is that, right? I mean, we started, I know, Thor 4. That's a hard one to say, Thor 4, especially for a foreigner.
I was trying to start a 4 for Thor chant, and then I realized how hard it is to say. 4 for Thor, for blah, 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 blah.
¿Qué tan emocionante? Es hasta difícil decir Thor 4,
Yeah.
Thor
No, but it's super
4.
exciting to have him and the mighty
Muy emocionante
Thor.
estar aquí.
So we have Miss Portman as well.
El tema
which is,
de Natalie Portman
another
como
privilege.
Jane Foster
Ask
fue
you
otro
about
capricho.
the origin story of how you all decided that this was the right time for the mighty Thor and bringing in this story from the comics.
Well, we have a trajectory where we have our regular Thor, our Thor, and then as you can see when you go see the movie, I'm not going to give you a lot of details because otherwise you're not going to go see it, and I expect you all to see it at least 4 times. That it makes absolute sense how to get her there, and in this love story to make sure
En esa
that
historia de amor
the mighty of
van a haber
the two of
muchas
them
cosas
could unite.
entre Mighty Thor
It's really
y la
beautiful,
unión
and it's
del
really
equipo como
funny.
tal.
And there's this beautiful relationship between
Hay
Valkyrie
algo
and
más
this
emocionante
beautiful
que la
friendship. Can you talk
relación
about bringing that to the screen
que tiene
without spoilers?
James y
I think
Chris
it's
en
it's a true
pantalla.
buddy. They're buddies. I mean, Thor and Valkyrie are buddies, and she's doing the job that he said, I don't want to do. Please be king and take it over. And I think that throughout their time together, they learn about each other, and they not only do they learn about how to meander through this world, but also to be friends, to be true friends. And
Lo bueno es que son
support one
amigos,
another.
son muy buenos
That's one
amigos y
of
se
the
apoyan
joys
el
of
uno al
watching
otro.
this film, watching all the friendships over time. Thor has been on such a journey, and this film has been on a technological journey. Can you give us
¿Qué tal,
insight into
qué
working
tal ha
with
sido el
Vaughn
viaje
and what that
tecnológico
production process
de
was
las
like?
películas de
You know,
Thor?
every year we
Mira,
get
cada
some
año que ha
new
pasado
development in
siempre hay
technology, and I
nuevos
think having
desarrollos
the
en
volume
tecnología,
and having
nuevas
it's,
técnicas en
to be
tecnología,
honest
¿no?
with you, for
Para
the
ser
actors is
honesto,
so important because
los
all of a
mismos
sudden they don't
actores
walk
se
into a
sienten más
green
cómodos que
screen
antes.
world, they walk into perhaps the world that it would, or if it's not partial, is full of the world that they're going to be living. So it's super helpful to the characters. And, you know, it's new technology, so there's a lot to do, a lot to learn about it. I always have all kinds of criticism, as people know, to make it better. So we can do it to make it better.
Well, that's your job.
Estamos
Thank you for
haciendo lo
pushing
mejor.
the envelope
Estamos
all the
haciendo lo
time.
mejor.
It's such a joy to always talk to you. Thanks for talking to the fans.
I want to say to all the fans out
Le voy a decir
there,
algo a los
thank you for
fans.
your support.
Gracias por su apoyo.
COVID is not over, but we're
No se pierdan la
getting
película.
better, so thank you. And
Gracias
every
por
format
todo.
is available. So
Cada
please go see
formato
it in
estará
any
disponible.
format all over the world. Thank you.
Cada
2D,
formato a
3D,
nivel mundial.
4D, 4 Thor.
For all of them. For Thor, all of them.
All right. Have a great time tonight. Enjoy the movie. Thank you. Great to see you.
Ese es un mensaje muy claro a toda la audiencia de que, bien o mal, hay muchos países donde no suelen permitirse los estrenos de películas por los problemas que hay, pero la película está disponible y estará disponible para todo tipo de formato. El streaming, cine, después vienen las portales de alquiler, todo eso.
Or Jane Foster, and also we've talked a lot about GORR The God Butcher.
But who are
But
they?
who are they really? Let's get to know their likes and their dislikes.
Roll it.
Jane? The old ex-girlfriend.
A ver, bajémosle un poquito a la música porque si no salta el copy. Este es mi juramento, le dice. Que todos los dioses morirán. A ver, ojalá no esté terminando la premiere, ¿no? Ojalá.
You know, watching all of these clips, one thing jumps out. I mean, a lot of things jump out, but one thing that obviously jumps out is the aesthetic choices of this film.
It is so 80s and so powerful, so heavy metal.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that is due to the visual effects team.
Yeah. Some of the views, I mean, look, 2 giant screaming goats.
Two of my favorite characters in the new film, almost entirely computer generated. The goats, Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder.
Mm-hmm. But also, just looking at the environments, looking at just the locations, the places this movie goes.
Amigazo, ¿cómo vas?
That they use to create it.
¿Y ese Nick?
They're using things like the volume. They're using things like these giant LED backgrounds where actors can sort of see what they're doing in the space that they're in.
That's new because we're used to seeing the behind the scenes shot in just the green screen space. And this was a fully immersive, just set the volume in which they could act a little more organically.
Yeah. And of course, the wide range of creatures and characters that show up that are entirely CG. I mean, Korg obviously comes to mind.
Korg, my favorite boy.
Business Meek, a brand new Meek.
Okay, so Meek's power suit, I think that's not a spoiler. That's in the trailer. But Meek's power suit, something to watch for in this film.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But obviously, you know, everything they do and everywhere they go
Gracias, mijo, gracias.
due to this incredible VFX team and their work.
Creí que
Let's
ese
take a
tipo
little
era
look
Sebastian
at how
Stan,
those
no.
VFX were created for this film.
God of Thunder,
King Yakan.
you have finally joined our fight.
Well, as they say, better late than not at all.
This is very nice.
Ah, esto es un clip. Esto es un clip. Creo que este clip sí salió en Twitter. Ese clip sí salió en Twitter.
Sacred shrine and it desecrates.
Not for long. King Yakan, tell them what happened here today. Tell of the time that Thor, his ragtag motley crew, misfit
¿Contra quién van a pelear?
turned the tide in the battle.
Con exactitud, ¿contra quién van a pelear?
Their names in history. The odds may be against us, but I'll tell you this for free. Here we go. This ends here and now.
Whoa.
Le cayó encima. Una
We have a
mamada, es
wonderful
una
moment
mamada.
happening right now. Karen Gillan is checking out a Nebula cosplayer who is an
No sé en qué
amazing
planeta
Nebula
estarán,
cosplayer, if
¿sabes?
I may say.
I will never get over
No
the
sé en qué planeta estarán.
interactions of
Falta
the
Tessa
fans and their
Thompson, no
beautiful
han-
work, getting to meet the people who embody those
No,
characters.
no,
on
no han
screen,
hablado con
and
Tessa
vice
Thompson.
Speaking
versa.
of which, here is Karen Gillan right now. Oh
Ah,
my,
Karen
that's-
Gillian.
Welcome. We just saw that Nebula cosplay.
That was really cool. I've seen 2 Nebulas so far, and the makeups have been completely intricate and incredible. And I'm like, how are you doing that yourselves? It takes 2 people about 4 hours to do it to me.
Está
So
sorprendida
I'm
de que
very
hay
impressed.
dos chicas haciendo el cosplay
Yeah, it has
de
actually.
Nebula.
Yeah, it started off as about
Y
5
está
hours on the first
perfectamente
Guardians
elaborado.
film, and now we have it down to about 3 hours, and it's just much
que
more streamlined.
A ella el equipo técnico
Now, we
se
saw
demora
about
casi 3 horas
maybe, you know,
en
15,
prepararla.
30 seconds of Thor and the Guardians interacting at the end of Endgame, you know, and we kind of saw a little bit about what that interaction is going to be like. I know you can't say
¿Cómo es la
too much,
interacción
but
para
can you
ti?
give us a general, what's the vibe
general.
between the Guardians and Thor?
¿Cuál es
The
la
vibe
química,
is really
la
fun.
vibra
I would say the vibe
entre
is
los guardianes y
bonkers.
Thor?
You know, Taika, the director, has such a specific
Sé que no,
style
que a
and
Taika le
tone.
gusta
It's
mucho la
completely bonkers. He has
la
his own
química
like
y
brand
mantiene
of
siempre el humor
humor
entre
in a way,
todos
and so I
ellos.
think you're going to see the Guardians kind of plopped into that world and that sort of sense of humor.
Que es
So
muy
you're gonna
buena la
see a more
química entre los
bonkers side
guardianes.
of them, and yeah, it's going to be funny to see them interacting with each other.
And it feels like, though, you know, between James and y'all and everything you've been doing on Guardians and everything Taika and the team have been doing on Thor, space is just sort of like a bonkers, wacky place sometimes.
I think it is. And the weird thing is, I've
Pienso
spent
que sí,
probably like
sí.
a lot. I've spent years in space now at this point, so it's
Han pasado
becoming
años en el
really
espacio.
normal to me.
Es muy normal.
It's more bonkers on Earth.
Nebula is in some ways very much the straight man a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yet you still manage to get those zingers in.
Yeah, she's a very serious, she takes herself really seriously. And in that, I kind of find a lot of comedy because there's nothing more funny than someone who's like reacting really seriously to something when everyone's kind of finding the humor in it. And so in that sense, I kind of find her funny, even though she's very much like on the straighter side of things. She's an angry former sadist.
She's so angry.
She's an angry woman.
Time. And then, not to stifle that emotional expression because it's good for women to be angry sometimes.
If she's angry, she should be angry.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit how things went on Guardians 3. Was everything cool? I know you can't talk
¿Hay
about
alguna
that
conexión
either,
con
but
Guardianes de la
can you
Galaxia
just let us
3?
know a little bit about
¿Puedes
how it
hablar de
went
eso?
and how you're feeling about it?
¿Cómo te sientes?
It was such an amazing experience. I
Mira,
loved
es una
working on that movie
experiencia
so much.
maravillosa.
I loved it. It was so good. I just loved where the character went. I loved working with James
Me
again.
gusta
I'm
mucho
so glad that he
trabajar
was back with us.
con
And
Jane,
it was like the family got
los
reunited,
personajes,
and we kind of I think
Portman.
we're taking it to a whole new level this time. And,
Está a otro
there
nivel
might
esta
be
película.
maybe a feeling of closing out a chapter of sorts, and so it was a little bit bittersweet in a sense. But I think everybody is kind of like just up to it for this one.
Did it feel kind of different? How was it for you to have Nebula be a full-fledged part of the crew and just be able to kind of be on that side of things where you get to be a little bit more like wacky and chummy with the other characters?
I was really excited to be like, am I a fully fledged Guardian now? Yes, I think I am. And I was like, I did not think that was going to happen from the first time I played the character in the first film. So to get to actually really be part of the team
Se viene romance con Ali.
It was an honor.
And did you and Sean have to eat at a different lunch table until Guardians 3, and now you get to eat at the big lunch table with the cool kids? Is that how it worked?
Okay, so not literally, but metaphorically, yes.
Metafóricamente sí, hay una conexión muy
Well, we
especial.
are glad to have you at the Cool Kids table now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking with us,
Gracias.
Karen.
Thank you so much.
Karen Gillan, thank you so much. Tamara, what you got going on? Who you with?
Oh my gosh, there is so much going on down here. So, Christian Bale just walked by. Chris Hemsworth just walked by.
Estoy seguro que no.
And I have to say, like, the nice. Oop, that's okay. No, you're all good. Christian Bale, you can bump into me anytime you want to. That was our GORR.
Ajá.
And as I was saying,
Quiere que la toquetee Christian Bale. Acá pregunta, ¿crees que sea la última película de Thor? No, no. Tenemos más. Tenemos más.
But I just wanted to stop by and say hello.
Dice,
Ridiculously charming.
ay, ojalá venga Bradley Cooper. Solo en Endgame lo he visto en premiere de Marvel.
Okay, I don't know if you all heard
¿Quién
that.
se iba a perder la
That was the
Endgame, no?
fans screaming. I'm not sure who they're screaming for. Oh no, they're seeing Chris Hemsworth. They're waving.
Creo que en
him,
Guardianes de la Galaxia
screaming
1 sí
for him.
estuvo.
It's so exciting here. There's so much going on. And I love
Sí, es
watching that
altísima.
interview with Karen Gillan. She is a fellow member of the Ginger Club, and she's so funny. So it was great to hear her talk with you guys about the Cool Kids table and what's going on. The other thing that's really cool is seeing all of the executives greet each other. And, they've all worked so hard on this movie. And so to hear Luis D'Esposito talk about the fact that this is actually the night that makes him the most nervous. He's seen the film already a bunch of times through the production process, but the night that they birth it to fans, I love the fact that all of these executives, all of these filmmakers care just as much as we do about delivering a fantastic movie for the fans. It's pretty amazing. And you see that heart on screen. You see that artisanship. You see all the care that they put into it. So it's really fun to see it all manifesting here as they greet each other. And right now we've got
Van a entrar,
Chris,
van a entrar.
we've got Christian over there.
Serán los
talking to
primeros en ver la
folks,
película
and
y técnicamente
great to see
el
all of this
lunes
happening and feel
salen
all this
spoilers.
incredible energy. What's happening over at your stage?
El lunes salen spoilers.
I watched the live stream. I wasn't there.
We are here on the stage with the man, the myth, the legend, Kevin Feige.
Hey there.
Kevin Feige, did you see Tamara Krinsky steal Christian Bale's wallet? Did you see that happen?
It was like thievery to me.
He brushed up against her real quick, and it was gone like that.
Wow.
Oh, Tamara,
Ah,
sticky fingers.
Kevin,
Krinsky.
Kevin.
At it again.
Call?
Well, this is a self-contained environment, so we have jurisdiction here.
Okay. Crane, you sure do.
Llegó el jefe, llegó el jefe.
I'm sorry. I immediately snitch. Kevin, I just
Kevin.
want to, this is so wonderful. 29 Marvel films now with Love
Van
and Thunder.
29
And the
películas
momentum is
de
just
Marvel.
picking up. How is it feeling?
Dime,
It
¿cómo
feels
se siente?
amazing. It feels amazing every time we're on
Es
this carpet.
fantástico,
It feels
emocionante.
amazing. This is our first solo part 4.
Esta es la primera.
So that's exciting, and that look at the energy here and the enthusiasm for this movie. I said to Chris, I said, this feels like, you know, your first one. It's awesome. And Taika, we had to go out of our way to not call it Ragnarok 2. And it's not, as Taika will tell you, but it's that renewed Taika energy followed us in for years and years into this movie.
I think we all sort of fell in love with the world that he created in Thor. And so what we can feel like, we can safely say what the tone might be for this one, but what's the genre of this one? Because every Marvel film is pretty much a different genre.
This genre is the Taika genre.
En enero
It's the Taika Waititi genre, which is
tuvimos
unto itself. And as he
meeting,
said,
un meeting con
there's a ton
Taika.
of fun, as you've seen in all the trailers.
Fue muy divertido.
But Taika did say, I don't want to do Ragnarok 2. I want to tell a new story. And the
Pero
title is there. I
que
mean,
Taika
there's
les
a
había
lot
dicho
of
que
emotion
él
in
tenía
this,
una nueva
which
historia que
in
contar.
Ragnarok, but particularly in many of Taika's other movies,
Nada que
you
ver
see
con
that
Thor
balance.
Ragnarok. Una nueva
And
historia
that's
que
really
contar.
what the entire cast brings in this one.
And I know that, you know, we've talked before, you were a huge comics guy before you got into this. How did it feel to be sort of adapting this Jason Aaron run, which was a hugely influential run, and bringing back Jane as Thor, which was a hugely influential run on the comics?
2 great runs, and that was Taika saying these are 2 great stories. They were
Dos grandes
influential for
historias.
him
Dos
on
grandes
Ragnarok,
historias que
even
ha
just getting
podido
the tone and getting the
dirigir.
idea of what
Thor
that
Ragnarok
movie
y
could be
ahora
and how
Thor
the
Love and Thunder.
continuation of the
Un
Thor
trabajo muy
franchise
diferente
could
al de
be.
Kenneth
And that
de Thor
both
1 y el de
Thor
Alan
and
en
the
Thor
Mighty
2.
Thor are in this.
El tema de Mighty Thor,
and the
GORR.
Mighty Thor in Thor 4.
More! There it is.
Why didn't I think of that?
Kevin, before you leave, just drop one thing that you're not supposed to drop. Just one big secret right here. Just look right in the camera.
About what?
About anything.
I've not seen the end of Obi-Wan Kenobi yet.
Whoa, dude!
I've not seen it.
No!
No, I usually stay up and watch it, and I didn't.
No he visto el final de Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Cut to tomorrow. We cannot have
Apágalo, Otto, apágalo, apágalo.
I don't know what's going on over there. Brad Winterbaum and I are over here talking about Marvel
¿Quién
Studios
es
Miss
él?
Marvel and how much we love it, and we're from Jersey.
Exactly. When you're from that part of the world, it's like
¿Quién es
going
él?
home when you watch that show. It's incredible.
¿Quién
It
eres?
is. I mean, I have to say, like, is it giving anything? I mean, it's aired, so I can say
¿Quién
you're in
eres?
the Bon
¿Quién
Jovi
eres?
music in it. Oh my God.
I know, it's incredible. The music, the score, everything about that show
Ah,
is
es
amazing.
productor.
Yeah, it's near and dear to
Brad
my heart, for sure.
Winderbaum.
So you're not just involved in Disney Plus shows, which we'll get back to in a minute. You're also very, very involved in this movie. So tell us about what.
Habló de que si el tipo le preguntó que si ya había visto el final de Obi-Wan Kenobi, que qué le podía hablar sobre eso. Digo, ¿qué? No lo he visto, que no he tenido tiempo, no he visto el final de Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ahí se quedó.
That was such a labor of love, and now we're excited to bring Love and Thunder to the world, which is a completely different story, but it's so amazing and surprising in so many ways.
Cherlin, que amigazo, ¿cómo vas?
You know, as a filmmaker, Marvel has really earned the
¿Qué
trust
tal?
of
¿Cómo va la
audiences over the
noche?
years. And with this movie, you get
Vemos
to do
Thor,
some
vemos
absolutely
Multiverso de
wacky things.
Locura
I
más
mean,
tarde,
we
¿no?
have a space boat
Si
full of,
caen
like,
2
goats.
miembros más en el canal,
Like, with
ponemos
Taika,
la
what's it like in
película
the meeting?
de una vez.
Taika,
Si no,
working with Taika
no
is
hay.
like working with a big kid.
A
And
ver.
it's like, it reminds me, honestly, if I had
Trabajar
to
con
put it
Taika,
in, like,
honestamente,
in
es
terms
muy
that I could understand, it's like going to your friend's
interpretativo.
house,
Te gusta
and they've got, like, the
mucho
best
la
toys in the
historia que te
world,
cuenta,
and you just sit on the basement
te
floor
sientes
and
súper
do the
bien,
craziest,
te
wackiest
lleva a la
stuff
habitación,
with that
te
toy
enseña la
box.
historia,
And
te
every
pone los
day
guiones.
it's like just using your
Es una cosa
imagination.
donde hace que uses tu
It's really
imaginación.
inspiring to work with them.
Es muy
Oh my
bueno
gosh, it
trabajar
sounds
con él,
amazing.
es
Well,
diferente, es
I'm going to ask you
diferente.
one last question, then I know you've got to get inside. I do have to ask about Disney Plus. What are you excited for folks to see next?
Disney Plus is so exciting because you
Te mando un
get to
saludote, mi bro.
explore so
¿Cómo
many
vas?
different stories
Pero ponte otro nick,
and
no te
and
entiendo,
push
no hablo
out new
taca-taca.
frontiers of who gets to tell those stories and what the subject of those stories are, and it's really it's amazing what's coming down the pipe.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to the Marvel fans. They love getting behind the scenes, and have a great time tonight.
Thank you so much.
Gracias, ten buena noche.
Valkyrie! Valkyrie! And that is King Valkyrie to all of us.
That's right.
We're here with Tessa Thompson.
Llegó
King
Tessa
Valkyrie
Thompson.
of New Asgard. Hi. Hello.
Tessa,
Tessa.
How's Valkyrie doing with the
¿Cómo
position of
es
king? Because I feel like she's loving all of the
el
power
trabajo de
suits very much,
Valkyria?
but the rest of it may not
The
be for
power
her.
itself, maybe no.
No, she's into the suits.
Ella
She
entra en el
loves musical
traje,
theater, which
ama
is why she's
su,
wearing a Phantom
su
of the Opera
personaje,
sweatshirt. She
ama su
loves being on Earth.
actuación, su
She
historia,
loves all the folks that cosplay.
ama todos los trajes, los cosplays, los fans.
She just doesn't. She's not great with paperwork.
Ella es
Her and
diferente.
Meek are struggling a little bit in the bureaucracy.
But they understand dress for the job you want.
Yeah,
That-
absolutely. No,
Permíteme
they're
entender.
really excited to
Hoy.
be fashionable. We were really inspired. Myas, the costume designer, who's brilliant, by Frida Kahlo and her three-piece suits. But it's really fun to imagine what she's like on Earth.
And I do love that she came to Earth, and because she's such a number one. She was a new character to everybody in Ragnarok and immediately became a fan favorite. Which
Mira,
must have
fuiste
been
uno de
wonderful
los
for you.
personajes en Thor Ragnarok, pero de pronto te hiciste la favorita.
But also,
Cuéntanos,
we
¿cómo
really
hiciste
think
eso?
of her as like sort of a closed-off badass, and so to see that the closed-off badass enjoys musicals and enjoys these kind of like cosplays and things on Earth.
Disfrutas la
there's a
música,
really
disfrutas
fun
los
insight
trajes, los
into her
cosplays, los
No, she's
disfraces.
just a big pile
Te
of
gusta
mush,
mucho
you know? When we
el
met her in
personaje.
Ragnarok, she had a lot of trauma.
Mira, cuando estuve en
and
Thor
she
Ragnarok
was,
me gustó
she was really
muchísimo
missing her
lo que se
sisters,
vio,
and she was healing, but
la
she's
historia que
much healthier
contaron,
now, much happier, but still as
la
adventurous
metáfora
as she
del
ever was.
Ragnarok. Me gustó, me gustó.
Coming back and working with with Taika and Chris and everybody again, I'm sure was wonderful. But how did it feel to have Natalie and some of the other kind of classic Thor castmates in for the first time with you?
It felt amazing. I'm a fan of these films.
Un
Natalie and I are
saludote para
friends
ti,
outside of
T-Rex
making these
Boy.
movies, and
¿Cómo
so,
vas?
they sort of have the
T-Rex
spirit of
Boy.
summer camp anyways, and then
Tu
to
nombre
have
en
a
Taca Taca.
friend come along, and it was so fun to finally see her have a cape and enter a universe that was familiar to her.
Una vez
as a
que entras en el personaje, usas la capa, te sientes diferente, lo disfrutas.
buddy relationship already.
Yeah, we're good friends. I mean, that's the other thing, that their exes, she and Thor and Valkyrie, are good friends. So it's a real family affair.
Somos muy buenos amigos.
I love it.
Sentimos
Thank you
como
so much,
familia
Tessa
con
Thompson.
Christian,
We're so excited to
con
see
Chris.
this movie.
Me too. I can't wait to see it.
Thank you. I would like to ask before we go, what do you think Valkyrie how
No, you
is-
can do it.
No,
You
how,
can do it.
I can do this.
No, you can do it.
How is Valkyrie important in the cinematic universe? Why is her story important?
¿Qué tan importante es Valkyria en el UCM?
Yeah, why? The fans can tell me. Why is Valkyrie important?
¿Por qué es importante? Que los fans lo digan.
I guess she's a badass.
Badass.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Tessa.
Thanks so much for having me.
Gracias
Tamara, what's going on
por
with you?
tenerme.
Hello. I promised you folks from the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I'm here with Joe Russo.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you feeling tonight being here,
Uy,
not having
Joe.
to worry about your movie?
I love it. There's zero pressure on me, and there's
Joe
all the
Russo.
pressure on Taika. So I'm here to support everybody. I love everyone involved in this film. It's nice when you're not working on a movie to come and be surprised and be a fan like everyone else. Get excited. I brought my kids with me, so we're here to have fun.
Mis hijos son fans.
And I love the
Han
fact
venido
that,
aquí y
speaking of
estamos
family,
todos.
the Marvel group of directors really does seem like you've got this familial, collaborative thing going on. Can you talk about what your relationship
Es verdad
like
que existe
together? 'Cause
una
you work
colaboración familiar con los
different
directores
movies together.
For
para
sure.
hacer las
I mean,
películas.
this is a group that has spent
Es
a
un
lot of
grupo.
time together over the last
Trabajamos
decade,
todos
collaborating
juntos.
with each other, building out this
Entre todos.
mosaic of stories. We're all very close.
Tratamos
I
de
talk
que las
to
historias tengan
Taika all the
conexión.
time. He's one of my favorite filmmakers on the planet. I love watching anything that he does. He's so unique and individual. And
Tratamos que sean
inspiring,
individuales,
with
inspiradoras,
his work.
pero que cada una tengan algo
And
importante que
it is,
contar.
it's sort of a career
Y que a veces
highlight to know that,
las personas sepan
directing is a very,
que el director es el
isolating
encargado.
craft. It's not often that you
El
get to
director es el
hang out
duro,
and work
pero hay
with
un
other
equipo
directors
creativo
in the way that we did at
que lo
Marvel.
apoya.
So we're all lifelong friends, and we've all been through
Sí.
the intensity of making these movies together, and that's a bonding element.
I feel like along those lines, I should ask you for advice on how to have good brotherly relationships. You know, Sean Gunn was here before. He's worked with his brother. You direct with your brother. The Thor movies have talked so much about brother relationships. What's your advice for good brother relationships?
Well, my advice for good brother relationships. Well, if you work together, leave it at work. Never take it home.
¿Cómo son tus vibras con la relación
You know, family's
de los
everything.
directores?
It really is. Like my
Es
brother
muy
and I
familiar,
would have
muy
never made it
familiar.
through those movies, 4 films and
Déjame decirte la
7
verdad.
years.
Tengo ya
Avengers movies
años aquí
without each other.
y es muy
We really
divertido.
wouldn't have. And we
Trabajamos
wouldn't
mucho en
have made
conjunto.
it through without the collaboration of everyone else. So, you know, Marvel really is a family. It really is a very strong, close-knit community where everybody is very supportive of each other, helps each other through really large, difficult projects. And so my advice is, you know, be kind and work hard.
And my last question for you, that's great advice.
Mi
My
última
last question
pregunta.
for you is, you've had the really unique experience of directing actors who play characters that were originated in other films that you've had to bring into your film. How do you do that as a director? Remain true, yet still put your stamp on them?
We love that. I mean, it's interesting to take elements that are pre-existing and put them together in ways that are surprising or different. That's another great thing about Marvel is that, you know, everyone can express themselves in their own way. We direct very differently than Taika directs, very differently than Ryan.
Cada
or
quien
James
puede
directs,
expresar sus opiniones
you
entre
know, so we're
todos,
all bringing something
sea
very
cual sea el
different
director de la
to this
película.
giant
Muchos
collaboration. I think
trabajamos
that's what makes
juntos,
it
una
exciting for the
colaboración.
fans, and that's what keeps the movies surprising.
Eso es lo que
Thank you
sorprende
so
en las
much for showing
películas.
up. This movie is called Love and Thunder, and it's great to see you bring in so much love
Trabajan
to the cinematic family.
juntos.
I'm ready for some love.
Trabajan
and thunder.
juntos.
Get in there.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good to see you.
Es increíble, chicos. Trabajan juntos los directores, se apoyan entre sí y siempre están ahí colaborándose. Muy aparte de quien sea el director encargado de la película, el equipo creativo es más de un solo director y más del equipo de la crew oficial de la película. O sea, trabajan directores juntos.
And one of which is Thor 2012 or 2014, which was Jason Aaron.
That's right.
And we talked about how Thor is 60 years old this year, starting with Journey into Mystery.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And if you
Thor.
want to read all of these stories, if you want to dig deeper into the Marvel Universe,
You can find 30,000 comics on Marvel Unlimited app. Let's
Yeah.
take a look.
Welcome to Marvel Unlimited. Explore the Marvel Universe.
Ah, ya, están celebrando el tema de los cómics que se vienen, ¿no? Inclusive, tengo entendido que se cumple 70 años. A ver, creo que es de uno de los personajes de Thor. Ya voy a
and we're
chequear.
watching what you're saying on social.
But only if you tag hashtag Thor Love and Thunder or follow us at Marvel or at Thor Official.
That's right. Now, you know, we have got some of the best fans in the universe, the Marvel universe out here, and we are watching their reaction to everybody showing up, and I believe we have just seen the arrival of Chris Pratt, Star-Lord himself.
Star who?
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can never get it right.
Ah.
I'm doing a bit.
Oh my gosh. I just saw, did you see the mocap cord costume?
Aquí está, chicos. Thor cumple 60 años del personaje en los cómics, desde su primera aparición en la Edad de Plata de los cómics en Journey into the Mystery número 85. Cumple este 2022 60 años Thor en los cómics, pero en agosto.
I really seriously shout out to all of the Marvel fans. They've been here for longer than we have, out in the sun, and we get a little bit of shade now, but they've been out here in their leather and furs and wigs and helmets. Thank you all so much.
Y'all are amazing.
You're incredible.
Chris Pratt.
That's fantastic.
Absolutely. And there we see, there he is. There's Chris Pratt signing some autographs, checking out some Star-Lords. We've got a couple very good Star-Lords.
Again, leather coats
and
in 90-degree weather.
Bonus points to everybody wearing the original trench coat Star-Lord in the 90-degree heat today.
Yes.
That is
Sí,
commitment. That is absolutely commitment. Erica,
Anthony.
Have you ever done any of the Marvel cosplay yourself?
I have actually.
Yeah.
I have done a casual Star-Lord because I am quite partial to a red leather jacket.
Yeah.
And also of the character that I'm not sure that is officially.
Lleva las cajas de los
Cinematic
Funkos para que
Universe.
se las firmen,
Yes.
imagínate.
But if you are a fan of Marvel and Marvel Comics, you might be able to figure out which one it was.
Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
Well,
Have you,
wonderful.
Joseph? Have you done Marvel cosplay?
I did. I've got a very good Civil War Spider-Man at home that I do.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And when I do it, I walk around with Cap's shield.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You know, jokes.
Mm-hmm.
This is what people came for.
Our jokes?
I think so.
Oh, well, I'm glad they're getting a lot of them then.
We are just minutes away, by the way, from the world premiere of Thor: Love and Thunder.
I am so excited for people to see this film, and all of you will be able to see it on July 8th. So buy your tickets now. It is so worth seeing in the theaters. You just want to see those goats screaming at the top of their lungs on a full screen.
Well.
Hey, llegó.
We all right?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Look at this, man. What a turnout. Gotta love these Marvel fans.
Bien, bien, bien.
Tell
Estamos
you
bien.
what, they have been wonderful.
Estamos bien de estar
so many
aquí.
good Star Lords. I saw you pointing some of them out. It's got to feel good to see that.
Let's give a shout out to all
Se
these,
siente bien verde.
wonderful cosplayers out here, man. I love it. Wow, the dedication, it means so much to us.
La
to have you show
dedicación
up
es
here. We made
sorprendente. Cómo
made
hacen
this
esos
movie for you.
disfraces,
You're the
esos
best fan base
trajes.
in the world.
El mejor
We
momento en el
love you.
mundo.
We love you. Thank you.
Los amo.
I gotta
Gracias.
say, it's exciting to see the Guardians and Thor together because there is such a
No shit. Woo! Come on. No, they don't care. Sorry.
But the last we saw of them, it seems that tensions were thick in the ship.
Yeah, they were. They were. Thor takes up a lot of space in the Milano.
Well, I gotta say,
What's the matter with you? Hey now, hey now.
but I gotta say, Thor and Star-Lord, very similar dudes with very similar egos.
Thor
and
y
having the
Star-Lord.
two of them together has
¿Tiene
got to
muchas
be a very
diferencias?
interesting thing, and it must have been a fun
Como
thing to play
personajes.
Oh, yeah, well, we'll see. It was a fun
Ya
thing.
veremos,
We
ya
did it,
veremos.
with the Russo brothers directing us on Avengers.
Los
on
directores
Endgame.
George
At the end of that,
Russo,
that was a lot of
directores de
fun.
Avengers Endgame,
And Taika takes it really
Taika
in his
Waititi,
own direction here
son
in Love and
directores
Thunder.
muy buenos.
I'm very
Han
curious
estado aquí,
myself to see
han
what's
cuidado de los
assembled, 'cause
personajes
obviously we know
de
what we
nosotros.
did, but you know how Marvel is. They won't even let us know what's going on, and so I'm
Inclusive siempre están pendientes de qué es lo que está pasando con cada uno de los personajes. Y lo que han logrado en esta película es muy bueno. Yo pregunto por qué hablan en plural.
Well, I mean, we got Christian Bale in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. How dope is that? I'm very excited to watch him, the God Slayer. I'm really excited to, you know, Taika is amazing as Korg and
Taika es fantástico,
Hemsworth, I
es
was there
Korg.
to witness what he's doing in this. I
Hemsworth
think he did a
es una
fantastic
locura.
job. He
Hacen un
looks
trabajo
so good.
fantástico.
I mean, it's
Luce
incredible
súper bien.
the shape that he's in. He's bringing a total rock and roll 80s vibe to space.
Se
and,
siente esa vibra
you know, it's Taika Waititi. He knows
cabalera.
what he's up to, so I'm excited to get in there and check it out.
and we got space goats now, man.
We got space goats. I remember Taika was like, you know, I won't do his impression,
Somos
like,
como cazafantasmas
you
del
know, he just
espacio.
wanted to stick James with some goats. He was like,
Panchito, ¿cómo vas?
I've rewritten the script, mate, and you know, I decided to put some goats in there and see what he's gonna do with them. So like James has to pick up where Taika left off, and he stuck us with some space goats.
Somos
I love
malditas
this
cabras
because this brings
espaciales.
up a question that I've always had about the MCU, which is, do y'all really do that to each other? Where it's like, we're gonna put this in the background, and now you have to deal with it, man, and let's see what you do.
Typically, no, but I guess Taika kind of plays by his own set of rules. You know what I mean? He did that with you know, you'll see. There's a few things.
¿Qué pasa con el
that he did
famoso
that I think it was kind of an inside joke to
comentario
play
de
on
los
James, and you know, it's a bit of that
de las burlas que
sort
hacen
of
detrás de
improv
telón?
world where you know, see what you can roll with, give and take, and the yes and sort of culture of comedy.
And you're no stranger to improvisation yourself. Is there anything that
Nos gusta
you're
mucho
gonna make
que
somebody
improvisas
else in a
bastante.
later movie run with?
Oh man.
Anything you'd want to?
God,
An
you know,
inside
at
joke.
this point, I think we've wrapped Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's a little too late now. And I'm not the director, you know, I'm just the actor. So I show up and do my thing, and I'm sort of at the mercy of what they want to put in the show. So
whatever they say that you have to give to somebody else, you're gonna give them.
absolutely. Of course I would. Yeah.
Well, Chris, we're so excited to see the interaction between the Guardians and Thor. We're so excited to see this movie. Thank you so much for spending the time with us.
Absolutely my pleasure to be here.
Le
Thank you
intentó
both for having me
sacar.
here. Marvel.com. And to all of you fans, again, thank you so much. It will never not be surreal to walk out onto a red carpet and see people dressed up like the character that you've played. So thank you. You honor us, you humble us, and we're grateful for you. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here.
We are getting so very...
El tipo le intentó sacar si Thor Love and Thunder va a tener alguna conexión con Guardianes de la Galaxia 3, pero el actor, Chris Pratt, se hizo el loco, se hizo el desentendido, dijo que la historia es importante, la historia es interesante, y que estamos un poquito tarde para Guardianes de la Galaxia 3, ¿verdad? Sí, ya tenemos que ponernos pilas con eso, o sea, se hizo el tonto. Y aparte de eso, ¿verdad? Como dice Agustín, Chris Pratt fue el que más tiempo se quedó en entrevista. Y está demasiado emocionado y agradecido con los fans, porque dicen que el apoyo que le dan, la forma como le rinden honor a cada uno de los personajes que a ellos les gusta, cómo se visten, cómo se toman el tiempo de hacer el cosplay, es una locura. Aman más al personaje los cosplayers que ellos mismos como actores.
In this particular movie, and it took so much to put it together. You know, there's an incredible group of artisans that came together. Thor has 25 costume changes, and that doesn't count the variations for each costume that we need. So, you know, it's pretty amazing seeing all of this. What's been happening up there? What's been some of your favorite moments so
¿Quién
far?
falta por salir?
Ooh, you know what? I love the fashion. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was wonderful to see everybody sort of taking their own vibe on the cosmic thing. I mean,
good vibe. Good vibe.
Tessa
over
Thompson.
Here. Okay, Tessa.
Si es que van los
my
actores que
favorite-
dan voz,
my favorite
¿no?
outfit, the
Bradley
one that I'm like,
Cooper,
oh, I would really want
Rocket,
that one.
Groot, Vin Diesel.
Walking,
Pero no creo.
Dagger.
Absolutely.
What are some of your favorite looks from tonight?
No creo, porque en la película los actores de Guardianes de la Galaxia que vamos a ver es a Peter Quill y a
Sort of the armor
Nebula.
idea, the metallic idea, and also sort of, you know, like again, looking behind me, all the bright colors, this sort of rock 80s vibe. So let's take a look at some of the best looks from tonight on the carpet.
Darcy. Ese no lo conozco. Ah, debería salir Matt Damon. El hermano de Chris Hemsworth también debería salir. Ya Anthony Hopkins creo que también debería salir. Alguien que hace de Anthony Hopkins. Faltan algunos. Esta chica no sé cómo le invitan a cada vato, le invitan. Qué farandulera, oye. No fue Tom Hiddleston. Claro, Melissa McCarthy, Matt Damon. ¿Y estos quién diablos son? Ese man se me hace conocido. Ah, Lady Sif también. Falta Matt Damon, Melissa McCarthy. Karen Gillian, Nebula. Bale, Christian Bale. Es medio delgado,
We all know
Hemsworth.
Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, but there might be something else in the universe that's just as strong. Presented by California Almonds.
Behold, Mjolnir, Stormbreaker, the... Forged in the heart of a dying star, only the worthy may possess its full might, capable of summoning the almighty Bifrost.
And almonds, an excellent source of magnesium to help
Ah, lo graban así. Qué
How
chévere.
do you keep getting in here? That's a weapon in wellness. Yeah, he gets it.
California Almonds,
Your friend in wellness.
See Marvel Studios' Thor: Love and Thunder, only in theaters July 8th.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Tamara.
You know, tonight has been absolutely amazing. It's been wonderful to see the talent come through here and to see, honestly, Tamara, I gotta say, my favorite thing is just the absolute joyful vibe that all of these people have about this movie and about
¿Y
working
para cuándo
together.
más
It's been
ninguna
wonderful to
premiere?
see.
Algún día, algún día.
Wait, I have to ask you
Dándole
a
la voz a
question.
algún personaje.
Did you sell me out to Kevin
Vamos a
Feige?
Manny en la premiere.
Tell him that I stole Christian Bale's wallet.
Look, listen, he's... I get flustered in front of authority.
And tells on other people.
I didn't
Russell
know what
Crowe,
to do. and
¿verdad?
I gotta tell you, the first thing that pops into my head is throw someone else under the bus. I'm a bad person, Tamara.
You are
Russell
not
Crowe,
a
¿verdad?
soldier.
¿Verdad? ¿Dónde
You have
está?
learned nothing from the Guardians. You have learned nothing from Team Thor. Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm a weak man.
In reality, though, we love you, Tamara, and you are bringing the thunder. Thank you so much for being there and having us tonight.
It has been great to host this with both of you. Sending all the love right back to you.
All right,
No,
everybody.
no
make
salió
sure that you
Russell
get your
Crowe.
tickets for July 8th premiere of Thor: Love and Thunder.
That's right.
No
It's gonna
salió,
be
chicos.
amazing. Thank you all for joining us. It has been absolutely wonderful. Thank you to the fans. Thank you to the cast and crew that have joined us here tonight.
Chicos, faltó Russell Crowe como Zeus.
A little sneaky peek
A Luke Hemsworth sí lo vi.
tonight. And Anthony,
Faltó Matt Damon,
you.
que hace de
Thank you.
Loki.
Yeah. Okay. Regular handshake. Asgardian handshake.
Melissa McCarthy. Kate Blanchett.
And then
No, Kate Blanchett no.
I won.
Marvel, your universe.
Sam Neill iba a ser de Odín, creo. Sí, faltó, gente, faltó. ¿Qué será lo que pasó? Pero no apareció nunca Crow. Russell Crowe, para nada. Para nada. A ver, otras cosillas por aquí. Yo creo que ya. Y ahí terminó. A ver, chicos, les voy a poner una encuesta aquí en YouTube para ver si quieren ir a ver Multiverso de Locura en 4K a Planeta Titán. Así es, a Twitch. Les voy a poner aquí una encuesta súper chévere de inmediato. Esa escena es de Jean-Claude Van Damme. Realmente.
Relaxing holiday. Shake. It's the Asgardian shake. Into the snake, but you cannot trust. Really dragging this out and finish the classic Asgardian high one.
In theaters July 8th. Tickets on sale now.
Es un payaso el tipo, es un payaso. Es un payaso. Bueno, chicos, eso ha sido todo. Se acabó la premiere, no hay nada más. Y pues estuvo interesante, a mí me gustó. Me gustó. Lo poco que se vio me gustó. Ahora, yo te pregunto, ¿ya viste el nuevo video que subió el canal hoy en la tarde? A las 5:30 de la tarde salió video nuevo hablando de Spider-Man No Way Home, sobre su llegada de las películas de Spider-Man a Disney Plus Latinoamérica. Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2 de Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 1 y 2, Amazing Spider-Man de Andrew Garfield y también Homecoming de Tom Holland. Llegaron llegan ahora el 8 de julio a Disney Plus. Llega Thor Love and Thunder a los cines, ya están las entradas disponibles para que las puedas adquirir. Y aparte de eso, vas a tener 5 películas. Solo va a faltar Far From Home y Spider-Man No Way Home. Y listo. O sea, no falta absolutamente nada. ¿Y qué más? Saqué video y también hablo sobre la versión extendida, las escenas eliminadas que vamos a tener en el estreno 2 de septiembre, viernes 2 de septiembre. Estoy seguro que cae viernes. Estoy seguro que cae viernes. Deja ver por aquí. Sí, cae viernes 2 de septiembre. Y si ya compraste, una versión, o sea, una versión física UHD 4K de Spider-Man No Way Home, te tengo que decir que la has cagado tremendo. Tremendo, 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 porque va a salir una de versión extendida. Sí. Yo no la he comprado, así que me he salvado, me he salvado, me he salvado. Gracias a Dios. Así es. Gracias, gracias, gracias de que literal. Yo no la he comprado, no la he comprado, así que ahora sí vamos a ver qué tal. A ver, chicos, les voy a poner ahorita una encuesta de una vez, de una vez, de una vez, de una vez. Les voy a poner aquí una encuesta y me dirán para ver si ¿qué tal esa premiere? Buenísima, buenísima. Buenísima, a mí me gustó, me gustó. O sea, lo que no me gustó es que estuvieron muy poco tiempo. Muy, 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 muy poco tiempo cada uno de los actores. A ver, según la encuesta que está ahorita, dice, sí, ya lo vi, brutal, no, ya voy. Pilas, chicos. Vayan a ver tremendo. A ver, les voy a poner aquí la encuesta. ¿Qué película vemos ahorita en Titán? Así de una. A ver. Multiverso de locura. 4K. Ya, chicos, ahí les puse la encuesta. Pilas, contesten. Pues, contesten esa encuesta. Métanle su mejor opción de una. A ver, por aquí leo comentarios. Dice Luis Godínez, no te vayas, mi bro, no te vayas que nos vamos a Titán. Dice, sí, estoy de acuerdo, pero lo demás estuvo bellísimo, como siempre Marvel lo ha hecho. Sí, sí, siempre lo ha hecho bien. Manny, deberíamos hacer una maratón de Thor. Efectivamente, vamos a hacer la maratón de Thor. Y quiero ver si empezamos el día sábado. El sábado vemos Thor 1. El domingo veríamos Thor 2. Bueno, el lunes no, el martes tenemos Watch Party. El día jueves podríamos ver Thor 3. Y con eso calentamos motores. De todas formas, falta casi 2 semanas. Faltan 2 semanas enteras para la película, para el estreno. Es más, lo hicieron muy, muy anticipado, diría yo. Se pelea la gente. Con 17 votos, se van por Multiverso Locura y otros se van por Thor Ragnarok. Sigan votando, chicos. Dice, ¿cuál es tu saga favorita, Marvel o Star Wars? Marvel. Si hablas de franquicia, Marvel. Sí. Si hablas de cabecera, así de saga de superhéroes en Marvel, Spider-Man. Spider-Man es brutal. Esta primera estuvo floja. La de Doctor Strange y Multiverso Locura estuvo buena. O sea, la de Multiverso Locura estuvo más intensa. Estuvo mejor. Aquí parecía esas red carpet que hacen para Moon Knight, para Hawkeye, que hacen esas premiere para series. O sea, parecía, estaba sencilla. Estaba súper sencilla. A ver, ¿qué más? ¿Qué más por aquí? Yo vi a Luke Hemsworth, por supuesto, pero no lo vi a Matt Damon. A Matt Damon no lo vi. Para nada. Russell Crowe tampoco. Melissa McCarthy tampoco. Tampoco. A ver, por aquí. Faltó Konshu. Manny, no te pregunté, ¿qué te pareció el tercer capítulo de Kamala? Sabes que la serie la serie me va gustando, pero ¿por qué? Porque desde el principio, hace 8 meses, 6 meses, yo no tenía ninguna expectativa por la serie. Es más, debo de confesar que el sector de Capitana Marvel, Miss Marvel, de Marvels, Photon y todo esto, no es un producto que a mí me llame mucho la atención. Entonces dije, voy a esperar que la serie cumpla con lo suyo y que sorprenda al público, ¿no? Entonces voy a comportarme como público. Y la serie me va gustando. Me va gustando. Claro está que mucho más me ha gustado Miss Marvel que Star Wars. La serie de Obi-Wan Kenobi estuvo bastante floja. Ya el capítulo 1 me gustó, el capítulo 2 también, y el capítulo 6. De ahí, capítulo 4 me parece un resumen de todo. Capítulo 5 como que es medio interesante, pero al mismo tiempo el capítulo 6 se pone mejor. Y de ahí, creería que la serie de The Voice me está gustando muchísimo, 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 muchísimo. Me han visto por ahí que a muchos no le convence la serie de Miss Marvel. Es normal, es normal. Es un personaje nuevo y como la gente no sabe, entonces no se dejan enamorar de la serie. Es normal, es normal. Es normal. A ver, por acá. Dice, exacto, sin Xochitl Gómez no es una premiere real. Esa niña de Sprite está en todos lados, literal. Literal, pero chévere, chévere por ella. A ver, chicos, ¿cómo va la encuesta? 54%, 46%. O sea, 13 personas quieren ver Multiverso Locura y 11 personas quieren ver Thor 3. A ver, dice, es una serie God. ¿Te refieres a The Voice? Sí, The Voice está buenísima. Es más, voy todavía por la temporada 2, capítulo 6. Faltan 2 capítulos y recién entra la temporada 3. Por ahí ya escucho y he visto que parece que han adaptado una historia del cómic que se llama Hero Guns, que es como la fusión entre héroe y orgasmo. Ajá. Mm. Dice, la temporada 3 de The Voice lanza un tronchante avance de su episodio más esperado. Dice, gran expectativa por la inclusión de un episodio muy destacado. Hero Games. Hero Games. Se basa en la miniserie de 6 números de Garth Ennis y el artista John McCrea. Con la excusa de unirse para salvar el mundo, los Supers se dan cita en una orgy salvaje de depravación al estilo de Boys. Vaya. Dice, ese episodio es el siguiente en el camino para quienes lleváis al día la serie de Boys. Este viernes 24 tenemos esta adaptación. Te dice en Prime Video, Amazon Prime Video. Para elevar la temperatura, no obstante, Eric Kirp, showrunner de la serie, adentró algunos cambios por exigencias del guión. The Boys se distancia en algunos aspectos del material original de los cómics de Ennis y Robertson, por lo que veremos momentos icónicos como el Patriota y el Soldier Boy. Vamos a ver qué tal está la vaina. Está un poquito creepy, veo que la gente se está quejando bastante. Fernanda Monti, si ya vi tu video, ya dejé mi comentario. Gracias, Ferchi. Gracias por ese apoyo. Voy a buscar tu comentario. Te contestaré. Salgo al directo y me pongo a contestar el comentario de todos. Gracias, Fernandita, gracias. Millón gracias, te quiero un montón. Gracias por ver el video y gracias por verlo hasta el final, porque lo mejor lo guardo hasta el final. Si te ves 1 minuto, 2 minutos, no te has visto nada del video. Lo mejor lo guardo hasta el final. De todas formas, los videos que hago aquí en Marvelitas Channel no pasan de 2, 3, 4, 5 minutos. No son videos de 20 minutos, a no ser que hable sobre algún tema muy específico donde te enseñe algo del personaje. Ahí sí nos podemos ir a 8 o 10 minutos. Thor 3 deberíamos ver, ya que Doctor Strange ya la vimos. Buen punto. Buen punto. The Voice no me gusta, tiene sangre. Está bien. Manny, ¿crees que aparezca simbiontes en Thor Love and Thunder? Yo creo que sí. Yo creo que vamos a ver, o sea, los que están ahí, más que simbiontes, son los Dark Berserker. Ajá, son los Dark Berserker. Ajá. Son los Dark Berserker. Porque yo tengo justamente, estoy haciendo un guión para un video de quiénes son y todo esto, de GORR y también de Null y también de los Dark Berserker. Deja ver si por aquí te lo leo. Los berserkers oscuros. Era casi la similitud a los vikingos que combatían semidesnudos, por supuesto. Pero estos servían a la base Clintar, servían a Null. A ver, ¿qué más por aquí? Manny, ¿no te sorprendió ver a Oso en la primera de esta película? O sea, no me sorprendió no verlo, es que no lo vimos. Esta película me está llamando mucho la atención, creo que será mejor que Multiverso de Locura. Ya veremos. A ver, chicos, ¿cómo va la encuesta? 62%. Bien, chicos, bien. ¿Qué pasó? 12 personas quieren Thor 3. Mientras que 20 personas quieren ya, chicos. ¿Saben qué? Hagamos lo siguiente. Vámonos a Titán ahorita. Conversemos allá y ponemos las dos películas. ¿Qué tal? Para que vean que estamos cachondos. Pilas, chicos. Vámonos para Titán ya. Vámonos para Titán. De verdad, muchísimo gusto haberlos tenido por aquí. Si hay alguien nuevo ahorita en la transmisión, chicos, bienvenidos al canal de Marvel, Marvelitas Channel. Yo soy Manny para los amigos, es decir, para todos ustedes. Me puedes escribir por Facebook, por Twitter, por Instagram, por TikTok, por donde sea. Si quieres unirte al Discord, por aquí los moderadores te van a dar el link del Discord. Si te quieres unir y me quieres seguir en el nuevo fanpage que tenemos en Facebook, todo está en la descripción de este video. No seas vago, no seas ojete, no seas fan de Kuno. Te vas a la descripción de este video, de este stream, de este live, de este directo y encuentras los links de todas mis social media, de todas las redes sociales que tengo. Así que pilas. ¿Alguna otra cosa pendiente que tengamos? Mañana viernes voy a estar de invitado en un canal de coleccionismo. Así que mañana viernes en la noche vamos a conectarnos no en YouTube, sino directo en Titán, tipo 10 de la noche Ecuador, Colombia, Perú, 11 de la noche Argentina, más o menos, para ver una película de terror, todo chévere. El sábado tenemos Charlando con Marvelitas en la noche. Programa Charlando con Marvelitas en la noche el sábado. Y el domingo en la tarde tenemos un debatazo de Obi-Wan Kenobi con cracks, con canales multiversales de la serie de Obi-Wan para hablar de lo bueno, poquito, de lo malo, bastante, y de lo feo, muchísimo. Así que pilas. Dylan pregunta, ¿no saldrán spoilers todavía, verdad? No, no. Los spoilers, a ver, el embargo está firmado, déjame verte por aquí. Y lo anoté por aquí. A ver. Ya. El embargo de Thor Love and Thunder vence. Ya, el embargo de Thor Love and Thunder vence. El 1 de julio. El viernes 1 de julio ya sabremos las primeras impresiones con spoilers. Así que desde ahí hay que cuidarse 4 días porque el estreno es el 8, el preestreno es el 7 y la premiere es el 6. La premiere de países, ¿no? De los cines, de los teatros. Saludos, Margarita. Buen notición. Mi brother, gracias por estar aquí conectado. Eres un crack. Eres un crack. Chicos, aquí está el Instagram, está el Twitter, está todo. Dame tu ga. Walter dice, hola Manny, querido, ¿crees que veremos a GORR cuando toma la necroespada de Null? No. Primero, no vamos a ver a Null en la película. Segundo, estoy segurísimo de que esa no es la necroespada. Estoy seguro que no es la necroespada. Lucifer, amigazo, ¿cómo estás? Mi brother, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás, mi brother? ¿Cómo estás? Suelta tu gas, suelta tu gas. Sí, vamos a ver ahorita, chicos. Activémonos ahorita el stream en Titán. Ya, vámonos ahorita, hasta mientras bajo por algo de energía. Porque ya me dio hambre, Y quisiera quedar aquí conversando con ustedes de largo, pero vámonos a Titán a conversar un chance y de ahí nos vemos las películas. Pero Manny, pero sé que no te gusta Star Wars. A ver, no entendí. Perdón, Manny, pero sé ver que no te gusta Star Wars. No, sí me gusta Star Wars. Mira, ve. A mí me gusta Star Wars. Es más, mi personaje de Star Wars favorito es Darth Vader. Me encanta Star Wars, pero no podemos hacernos de la vista gorda y justificar el trabajo injustificable que ha hecho Deborah Chow en Obi-Wan. Muy aparte de eso, Deborah Chow como directora, productora y como productor ejecutivo también estuvo Ewan McGregor. ¿Cómo puede ser posible que Ewan McGregor haya permitido ciertas fallas absurdas? Por ejemplo, el peluquín que le pusieron cuando le crearon en el capítulo 5 la escena después, ¿qué será? Mucho antes de la venganza del Sith. Estaba mal hecha la escena, o sea, se notaba fallas tontas. Entonces es feo, ¿no? Es feo. El trabajo que hizo Filoni y Jon Favreau con The Mandalorian y con el libro de Boba Fett estuvo a otro nivel, a otra altura. O sea, dejaron el listón muy alto para que venga la serie del villano por excelencia, la serie casi que de Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Chuta, me gustó mucho el capítulo final, el tema del personaje que sale al final y todo, pero los primeros capítulos, el 4, el 3, sí son capítulos muy flojos. Y si calificas toda la serie como tal, no es una serie de... Si llegas a 7.5, ya, date por servido. Sí, y no es mi opinión, es la opinión de muchísimos frikis, muchísimos cracks de la saga de Star Wars. Muchísimo. A ver. Vamos, chicos. No se pierdan el videaco. No se pierdan el videaco que subí. Está buenardo. Sobre Spider-Man No Way Home. Vamos. No se pierdan el videaco. Por aquí les voy a poner. Hasta la miniatura está chévere. Hasta la miniatura. Miren, hasta la miniatura está chévere. Quedó bellísima. Hasta la miniatura quedó súper bien. Spider-Man No Way Home, versión extendida, Extended Cut. Hasta la miniatura. Ganamos. Pilas, pilas, chicos, pilas. Mira, chicos, que hay cosillas interesantes, interesantes. ¡Hey! ¡Ah! Yeah, baby, yeah. Yeah, baby. No se pueden perder el capítulo, no se pueden perder el video, no se pueden perder el video. No se pueden ver. Vale, no vi ninguna película completa de Star Wars. ¿En qué orden recomiendas ver la saga? A ver, yo te sugiero sigas este orden. Primero verte el episodio 1, la amenaza fantasma, el ataque de los clones, el episodio 2. De ahí la saga de Clone Wars, ya la serie animada de Clone Wars. De ahí verte la venganza del Sith. Luego Obi-Wan Kenobi. De ahí Han Solo. De ahí vendría la saga de Rebels. Luego Rogue One. Star Wars Una Nueva Esperanza. El Imperio Contraataca. El Retorno del Jedi. Mandalorian. Primera temporada. Mandalorian. Segunda temporada. Luego te puedes ver, si te da la gana, pues El Amanecer de la Fuerza. Los Últimos Jedi. Luego viene Star Wars Resistencia. Y de ahí pues vendría The Rise of Skywalker. Puedes vértela en ese orden. Suficiente. Vamos, chicos. Vámonos a Titán. Espero que les haya gustado súper que bien. Hayan pasado. Aquí está el link, chicos. Ahí está el link. Gracias. Hoy ha estado, creo que. ¿Cuántos moderadores hay? Hay como 10 moderadores. Y solamente 3 han estado súper despiertos. Los otros se han olvidado de moderar a la gente. Que esta noche me voy a manosear. Ay, bien, bien, bien. Nuevo video, chicos. Ahí está. Nuevo video. Ganamos. Así es, chicos. Ganamos. Bueno, chicos, ahora sí. Se me cuidan. Los quiero un montón. Nos vamos ahorita a Planeta Titán. Así es. Nos vamos a Planeta Titán. Y ya saben cómo nos ponemos allá. Pilas, chicos, pilas. Se me cuidan. No olviden de ver el video hasta el final porque hay sorpresas al final. Ya los que son miembros, Golden Armor, vieron el video ya hace chance. Ya. Siempre lo ves, los que son miembros Golden Armor, ven los videos 2 días antes. Los que son miembros Marvelitas Premium, tienen emoticones, insignias, y por aquí veo a Simonet, veo a Emanator, que tienen la insignia de mutante comiquero. Todavía Evil Genius, Nicolás y Alex todavía tienen la insignia de mutantes en entrenamiento, pero bueno, ya va a evolucionar en el siguiente mes. Así que pilas, chicos, se me cuidan. Nos vemos ahorita en Titán. Si no van para allá, no ponemos nada. Así de fácil. Pilas, chicos, los quiero un montón. Bye bye, se me cuidan. Nos despedimos con música arácnida. Yeah, baby. Yeah.